All right. This is Mr. Testing Tester. I think sound is coming through on my headset. Let's go check and see if we're coming through here. This is Mr. Testing Tester. It sounds like it is coming through. So let's go tell all our friends over on Discord. Maybe our righteous fire guy completes the challenge today. Happy Friday. There we go. Whew. Thank goodness it's Friday. All right. We told our friends on Discord. Let's log in. Let's maybe mess around with our Necro for a little bit. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Welcome, welcome. Raptor, welcome, welcome. It is very cold on my side of the Great Ocean. It's very cold right now. What I am planning on doing is to start up the stream and to start the day, playing a bit of our SRS, seeing how this goes, getting my hands and my fingers warmed up because I haven't played any path today. And then once we get things kind of going in a flow, then I think we're going to transition over to my Righteous Fire guy and see if we can't complete the build for our Righteous Fire guy, or complete the challenge, as it were, for our Righteous Fire guy. Which means we'll push forward to Act 10 Kitava. That's going to be our goal today. And we'll see if we can hit it. That would be 2 characters complete. I want to see more in the complete pile than I see in the death pile. And right now there's 5 of them in the death pile, so I need to stop dying. I also need to, at some point, create my duelist character. Yikes. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, contains Braum and Uzar, the experiments. Alright, let's fight these bosses.
Bow to my sycophants.
Oh gosh. Okay, now, these guys, if I remember right, I have fought them once before. When you kill one of them, I think, the other one gains full HP. Right? Isn't that the way how it works? Oh my gosh! How am I supposed to dodge that? Look at the decoy totem just do nothing. How are you supposed to dodge that? I guess just keep moving? Yeah, see, he's full. Oh my gosh! See, look, we just failed. We just failed. Look at that. How are you supposed to dodge it? I guess when he does the slam, you're supposed to go behind him. I don't know. I don't even know. You guys will know. I don't know. Welcome, Zeko. Good to see you. You are bundled up more and more every day this week. I mean, it's getting colder and colder every day this week. It is 21 degrees Fahrenheit here. So, it's cold. 2 degrees on your side? Oof, that's cold. Welcome, Patrick. Good to see you. Welcome, Clay. It's an Ornstein and Sma situation. I am unfamiliar with that parable. Ornstein and Sma. Somebody teach me. Enlighten me. Inform me. I am unaware of this reference. This is a new reference to me. I also learned the term today. A buddy pointed out, he said something about cheem, C-H-E-E-M, as being like the Doge meme, D-O-G-E. And I did not realize that those various dog faces had specific names. Of course, they should have specific names. Of course, every meme and everything should have a shorthanded name. So I have no affronts to the fact that they have names. I just didn't realize what their names were. All right, we have 42% physical mit, 1,000 armor. We are not cold capped still. And we're going to take a lot of damage from Chaos Spitters when we bump into Chaos Spitters, the snake guys. In the Western Forest, which is where we're at. So if we bump into any snake stuff, be aware. What else? What else do I need to be aware of? I don't think I should... Well, maybe I could do Puppet Mistress, actually, because maybe I can stand up on the ledge and then just summon SRS to go kill the 3 hatchling factories. Maybe that's what I could do. Whoop. Maybe. Haste aura overwhelms physical. It's kind of spooky. Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. I am having an okay-ish day today. Had some things go my way with some work stuff. Had some things not go my way with some work stuff. Had some things go my way with some family stuff. And some things not go my way with some family stuff. But that's okay. It's when things don't go our way that's when our character is tested. And that's okay. So that's been my day so far for me. But I am excited for the rest of today. Get to have a work meeting here tonight. That's going to be good. Hopefully. That'll be productive and beneficial to everybody involved. And, of course, this afternoon I get to play a little bit of Path. And then tomorrow I've got some plumbing work to do. I think I'm going to take apart the plumbing line to my bathtub. I think that's what I'm going to do. There's a leak in our bathtub. In Mrs. Draconis and I's restroom, water closet, bathtub. So I think it's a problem with the connection. I think when I last put in a new connection, I used plumber putty. This is definitely the discussion that you're all here for, right? Talking about the difference between plumber's putty and silicone sealant. But I think using the plumber's putty was fine in theory, but I don't think it actually solved the issue. I think the seal that was probably on there before was probably silicone. You say silicone or do you say silicone? Is it Silicon Valley or is it Silicone Valley? Anyway, that's going to be my plan. Does he do chaos? Yeah, he's got extra chaos damage. So zombies, stay close to me so that way you guys can tank the damage. Thank you. What is this scepter? Nothing. It's nothing. It just so happens to be rare, but it's nothing. It's a Dark Souls boss? Oh, okay. Thank you for enlightening me. All right, let's go try Puppet Mistress. Maybe we'll die. Maybe we'll rip a character right away, huh? Maybe we'll just, to get things warmed up, we'll just rip a character. Kevin said, loved the video today. Loved seeing a great analysis. Wasn't that surprising to you guys to see the total number of players on the Ruthless ladder? 16,000 players on Ruthless ladder across all forms of playing. Hardcore, softcore, soul self-found, etc. That was surprising to me, to see that many players playing Ruthless. Because even yesterday in chat, I forget who it was. It might have been Kappa. But even on YouTube comments as well today, people have just been memeing about how Ruthless is terrible. And it's bad, nobody wants to play it. And it's like, well, there's 16,000 players playing it. That's a lot more than whole other games can boast as a player count. If that's the alternative game mode for PoE, and it's got 16,000 players on the ladder, granted, that is probably the vast majority of players in some. Right? I doubt there are that many level 1s and 2s, you know, that did not... that stopped playing. Like the ladder requirements to reach ladder population, not very high, right? If you've never had a chance, I think I said that in the video, if you've never been on a ladder before and you want to see your name on the PoE ladder, now's the time to do it. Yeah, for everyone saying it's not for me, yeah. And there's a lot of players who are going to say it's not for them. Hey, welcome, Steven. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you today. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to say, hey, this is just not for me. And that's okay. It's okay for things not to be for you, you know? It's going to happen. There's going to be things in life that are just no bueno, you know? Is this? No, that's just AoE. Okay. I'm not actually taking any degen here. Alright, so those two are gone. Puppet Mistress, she's going to come alive here in a second. Yeah, I am getting poisoned now. Alright, if I stand here, am I safe? Doesn't say I'm on caustic ground. Don't see her health. Don't see where she's going. She's up here, though. She's at the very top of our screen. There we go. Okay. Alright, we killed her. So that's a passive point for us. That was probably the safest Ruthless kill. Oh, man. I was a little nervous there. I wasn't sure if she could off-screen me or not, but apparently everything was getting to her. Alright, so we got all this stuff up here. This is looking good. I think we were on our way down here, weren't we? Yeah. We were on our way towards, like, Barbarism and Juggernaut and Hardy. Maybe we were going to say do some Sanctum of Thought. Maybe come in and do Faith and Steel. Maybe. Would that cap us? 8% would cap us for cold. That's 2 passives. Let's do that, though. Let's refund this. Let's come in here for the armor nodes for Faith and Steel. And that caps us. Okay. I like that. I like that. Now we're at least capped. Rislava! What's up, Mouthfeel? Welcome, welcome. How hard do you believe it is to respec a Ruthless character to a different build of the same style but different damage type, i.e. poison and fire? Oh, man. It all depends. It all depends on how close your notable passives are to each other, right? So just looking really quick, right? If you're over here and you've got like the Spiritual Aid, Redemption, Righteous Army wheel, right? And you're like, okay, I want to switch over from playing minions to playing like Divine Ire. Okay, well there's like the Divine Element or Divine Judgment Elemental wheel that's right here. There's like stuff with staff or maces or scepters and stuff over here, right? So there's options here to respec. But you only get 10 refund passives through the 10x story campaign, right? We've done the math on that. I think it's 10 respecs. So the question is, you know, do you have more than 10 passive points that you're going to need to respec for your damage? That's the question. It really is just a simple math question. How many passives have you already put into one form of damage or one layer of defensive type? You know, before you're going to have to start using Orbs of Regret. Which you can use Orbs of Regret. It's just, it's harder to get them, right? It's a rarer thing to find. But it's not unattainable. You can do it. It's just going to be a little bit harder, right? It's going to take a little bit more time. Kay says, I effing love Ruthless. It made me love the game again. Hey, it sounds like you're in the same kind of boat that I'm in, Kay. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's great. I think Ruthless is great for Path of Exile. I think players that want to play Zoom, and by the way, I'm going to be some of them at different points in time. I'm going to probably play Ruthless and play Softcore Trade like every other league. I'll probably do it that way. Maybe I come over here and grab Written in Blood. Because this is actually, I think I've done the math on this. Written in Blood is better than Purity of Flesh wheel and the Cruel Preparation wheel. I think the per point value is actually higher. But this is much further away as well. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 passives away. Whereas if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, then I can come down and grab like Barbarism, which is going to help with all elemental resistances, and then come down and grab Juggernaut as well. It also just gives me some strength, which is always nice. It's just life as well. A little bit of life, right? How much life am I getting off of this? 100 and some odd life every 2 strength. Oh, so I'm getting like 75 life off of this. So every 10 strength is 5 life, 5 flat life. So it's not nothing, right? Hey, we're playing Ruthless here, okay? We're playing Ruthless in hardcore. 10 life is more than not 10 life, okay? I don't want to hear anybody saying that's a pitiful amount. It is a pitiful amount. But it's still more than what we had previously. That's all we care about. Respecking is easy. Just make a new character and transfer all the items. Well said, Zeko. Well said. But if you're hoping to find some regrets in Ruthless, you're in for a ride. I mean, I think I've probably found an equal number of regrets as I found Elks. Because I just happen to turn all the regrets into Elks. But I think that's roughly the same. Hey, what's up, Quantum Dot? Good to see you today. You're missing out on the glory of the Atlas passive tree. No, we have the Atlas passive tree over in Ruthless. Not missing out on it. And after not playing the game for a year, like, I've just been missing out on anything PoE, right? So at least for me, with where I'm at, it makes sense for me to come back and kind of start my re-emergence into Path of Exile with a Ruthless try-through, a Ruthless playthrough, a Ruthless attempt. And I'm surprised. There were a couple of people, I think it was Waco and maybe Phil. There were a couple of people who were like, oh, dude, you're going to hate Ruthless. You're not even going to play Ruthless. You're not going to last for a week. Like, we're on week 5, and I'm still playing and still enjoying it. Like I'm not getting paid by GGG over here to play Ruthless and stream Ruthless. So, if it wasn't fun for me, it'd be no skin off my back just saying, hey, Orb a chance, by the way. There we go. It'd be no skin off my back just going, okay, let's go play in Trade League. I'm going to go have fun over there. There's more builds for me to try. There's more diverse ways to play. There's more diverse content to consume. Let's go do that. And I'm like, no, I'm not interested in that right now. I want to play in a limited environment with a solo self-found economy and with relatively few drops that every drop could be an improvement. Oh gosh, it's one of those cursing ones. Drop a decoy totem and then go get him SRS. Okay, once the curses disappear, I will feel much better about life in general. Graysucker the Parched. What a name. What a name. Oh, one of my golems died there. Let's get both of them up. There we go. Got a little bit of an army here, don't we? Could you even imagine going to a strength, accuracy, and stacking in Ruthless, the definition of masochism? Actually, I don't think it would be so bad. I think maybe that's what I'll do with my Scion. Like, I don't have any uniques to make it happen. That's what's going to be hard about it, right? But if you drop an attribute stacking build, like, it's not going to be nearly the power of what it would be in Trade League, right? Or in regular Path of Exile, even solo self-found. I get it, right? You're going to be missing out on too many jewels. But it doesn't mean that it's impossible to play or that the archetype is completely garbage. You know? It could still be very doable. You could still play it and potentially, dare I say it, if you've got the uniques for it, it could be good. That's a lot of what Ruthless is about. Do you have the uniques and the items set up for any build? Do you have the supports for it? You know? Like, I'm trying to think. Like, name a stat stacking item that would not be ridiculously strong when a lot of stat stacking relies on the passive tree. There's plenty of stat stacking builds that also rely on, in fact all of them do, on various particular cluster jewels, various particular unique jewels, regular base jewels, on abyss jewels sometimes. Like, there's plenty of stuff like that. But you guys are kind of making me want to do a stat stacker just to say, hey, we could probably do something. But I don't have the uniques for it. Again, stat stacking is mostly about having the uniques. Like, if you dropped a Joffrey's, I think that's part of the argument. Okay, so it's forming in my head. Like, part of the reason why it actually could be good to go attribute stacking in Ruthless is because if you actually have the unique to make it work, that's what you've got to make it work. Like, you don't have some other unique that you're not choosing from. Like, you don't have some other better, more powerful build that you're necessarily saying no to. Like, so stat stacking could be good in that regard, just because it's actually build enabling towards something, which is more than nothing. It doesn't help that Toxic Rain is based more on dots than just hitting. What are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about switching. You're talking about your build switch still. Okay, sorry. I was spaced out there for a second. I was in a different discussion room in my head. It's still jarring for me seeing you come back after a year and just jumping directly into hardcore solo self-found Ruthless. It is probably jarring. Like, for a lot of you, because a lot of you are like, hey, Iron is the economy guy. He's all about trade. He loves economics. He loves the principles of economics. He loves how they work in video games. He plays softcore builds so that way you can die and just go 0 defenses and blow stuff up. And that is fun. You can do that. But how to say this without sounding like an absolute strange person. Like, before I ever made a YouTube video about Path of Exile, I was watching a lot of different content creators, right, play Path of Exile and teach me Path of Exile, right? That's part of my motivation in making videos, is that is seeing that there's a lot of great content that's out there, and recognizing that I've learned a lot from other people making discussion videos. And so that's been really helpful to me. And not just the videos that are like, hey, I'm going to read you the wiki page, but hey, I'm going to talk to you, reference the wiki page, and then show you, hey, here's how this actually looks. This is what it looks like in action. Here's why this particular build is strong at the moment. Here's why this particular archetype is strong in the moment. Here's why this ascendancy is being picked for this playstyle. Here's why this other ascendancy is being picked for this similar playstyle, but not quite the same. You know, those sorts of very educational, very informative discussions have been very helpful to me as a player. And so I just wanted to give that back to the community to say, okay, how could I contribute in that same way? Could I contribute in that same way? Is there any way I could? And so all of that is to say, before I started making videos, I watched a lot of videos. And while I was watching videos, I was playing hardcore every other league, and I was playing softcore every other league. But I originally started playing Path of Exile as a hardcore only player, and it took me a year or so to swap from hardcore only to eventually play hardcore and softcore. So I hope that gives you a frame of reference. Like, for a lot of you, you won't be aware that I actually really grew into Path of Exile and have expanded my understanding of Path of Exile thanks to playing, primarily, early on in my learning days, hardcore. Because when you're playing hardcore, you have to learn this stuff. Well, you don't have to. But there is an opportunity for player power if you understand what the monster is that you're going up against, and what they do, and what they don't do, and what defensive mechanics you have available to you, and at what point in time do those defensive mechanics become stronger or weaker. Those are just all factors, right? So learning the game through playing hardcore was very, very beneficial to me. But I can understand why it's a shock, because I don't think I've ever been that style of player. When it comes to hardcore, right? When it comes to hardcore, or I'm sorry, when it comes to making YouTube stuff, I'm not out there like, all right, guys, let's talk exclusively about hardcore. All right, where's Heist? Heist was over here. We got 3 heists. Got the black flag, so we can do beacon. All right, I kind of feel warmed up. Let's go over onto our Juggernaut, see how he's doing. Why 7 characters, says Zambi. As Clay is letting you know, my goal this league is to have 1 character from each class, so you can see it here. Character selection. Our hero font already completed Kitava. You can see from his attire, we've already stripped him of all of his good gear. But how many monsters did he kill? Whoops, what is it? Killed? What is it? What's the monsters killed command? Isn't it killed? Is it monster kills? I know it passives. That's the passive command. See, we got all the passives there. 24 from the quests. But what's the command for monsters? I thought it was kills. Oh, there we go. It's kills. This guy killed about 40,000 monsters on his way to Kitava. Kitava Act 10. So we've completed a Templar. We've got level 14 Scion, level 43 Sabo, level 56 Necro, level 39 Ranger, and level 67 Juggernaut. I need to create a duelist because our duelist died the other day in Act 6. So I'll have to do that. So that's the goal. I want to have a well-rounded sense of what Ruthless Path of Exile is like. So that way when people ask me questions about it, I can be well informed. When we host discussion videos about it, I can go, yep, we actually know what we're talking about. I'm kind of willing to be, for better or for worse, I'm kind of willing to be the guinea pig guy for Ruthless. And, you know, to be fair, a lot of the big name streamers, the people who do this for a living, for a lot of them, they got into the alpha. I was late in applying to the alpha. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage on a weapon. I should probably keep that. It's level 58. So put it in the level 60-ish. Yeah, look at this. This is more damage than this. That's pretty good. What's the attacks per second? It's a little bit slower on the attack speed. A little bit worse on the crit chance. But still pretty good.
Yes. Be careful.
So I am more than happy to be Mr. Guinea Pig Tester Guy. See what Ruthless is all about. See how bad certain builds feel. Like, I want to be able to tell people when people are like, oh, what build feels the best in Ruthless? And I can genuinely say at this point, Cold Dot feels a lot better than anything else. It's like Cold Dot is tier A, or however you want to divvy it up. There's Cold Dot, and then after Cold Dot, probably damage-wise, Trapper, and SRS. SRS feels pretty good. But besides for that, I think those are probably the two best. In terms of overall smoothness, the Hierophant felt pretty smooth. He was a good mixture of DPS and defenses. Fire and ignite resistant. What a joy. Just, you know, you are just an absolute delight. Casket Fillet. Thank you for the 2 magic items. Yeah, I think Trapper in terms of DPS. Maybe even the Trapper is better DPS than the Cold Dot, but the Cold Dot just feels so smooth as it's applying its DPS. Maybe that's why it feels better. Extra cold damage. Yikes. Oh, extra chaos damage as well. Watch out for that then. We're positive on chaos resistance at the moment. We got 12 of it. I'd like to have a lot more, but you only can deal with what you got. Speaking of dealing with what I've got, if I can get a chess piece that rolls some chaos resistance like this one again, that has like 1,000 base armor, that'd be nice. Armor right now is pretty good. 68. That's pretty good. And I'm also, because of my Unbreakable, I'm getting some of my armor applying for elemental hits, so that's kind of nice. This is kind of spooky, because this means there's going to be a red beast in here. Beasts can be scary. Einhar, where you at, boy? There you are. There we go. Captured a beast. I actually should go see what kind of beast crafting stuff I've got. I've just been scared to lose a character while beast crafting. How silly is that? Speaking of stat stacking, I just got Brisk Wrap. I'm not sure if deck stacking is a thing, though. You can deck stack and then swap over to Iron Reflexes. You can do that. It's not too bad. Like if you're down there on the bottom right hand side, I want to say, oh, I want to give credit. Whose build was it? Whose build was it that I was playing as a melee character? So it used to be a big meme in the G3 community because I'm such a Necromancer lover that I would probably never ever play melee and enjoy it. And so a couple of players had made suggestions of different melee builds for me to try, and eventually I did try one. Oh, it's a 4-link. And it was it a Viper Strike? I think it was Viper Strike Pathfinder. Whose build was it? I'm gonna need to go look it up now. I feel bad. I should give him a shout out because it was a fantastic build. Let's find the waypoint. Why am I stuttering? Stop stuttering instance. Here we go. Let's find out. Let me find out really quick. DOE Viper Strike forums. Was this it? Nope. It was a Pathfinder. Was it Torstein's? I think it was. Yeah, it was Torstein's. So Torstein's Ultimate Poison Pathfinder is what I played, and it was sick. Really strong. Really, really strong. Enjoyed it. It was probably the biggest molten shell, like armor molten shell that I'd ever played with. It's ridiculous because of all the shenanigans with like determination, grace, blah, 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 blah. So it was pretty good. All right, this character is coming up here and grabbing some fire damage, right? We're coming up grabbing fire burning over time. The poison build you played? Not in Ruthless. This was a couple years ago. Whoop. Is that chaos damage? Do not worry, little beast. Ha ha ha, you are captured. You come join me. We're going to have a little party. Anyway, Torstein's build was fantastic. I loved it. It was shockingly tanky. I thought, it's a Pathfinder. How is this going to be tanky? And that was part of what made it attractive to me to use. I was like, there's no way. There is absolutely no way that a Pathfinder. And Torstein, I remember one day we were streaming, and he stopped by, the build guide creator, and was like, hey, I got a build for you that's melee that's going to be tanky. And I was like, there's no way. Pathfinder, no way. Not going to feel tanky. It's not going to compare. The sort of tanky that I like to be is a tanky that doesn't die. Oh, I can chrome that, actually. It's a tanky that doesn't die. Like, I want to be a tanky necromancer. And he was like, no. You've been doing it all wrong. Come play Viper Strike. You're going to love it. And he was right. He was right. The Pathfinder's ability to scale up, like, the quality on flasks and the amount of flask stuff that you got, really good. Really, really good. So, ridiculously strong defensively. It's not going to be the tankiest character I've ever played, but that's because I've played literally some of the tankiest characters in all of Path of Exile history. Like, I've played them. If there have been endgame builds that are tanky, I've probably dabbled in it. Energy shield stacking to high heaven. Yep. Strength stacking. Yep. Transcendence. Yep. Armor stacking. Yep. Hybrid ES life with block and recovery. Yep. Not exactly a defensive build, I was going to say. I've played all the dodge builds as well, even. That were not defensive, but were rather offensive, and by stacking offensive abilities, that's what made them defensive, right? What was it? Triple Herald Elementalist, right? Where you just kill everything before it even is on your screen. With the one tap, right? The one tap on Blade Flurry, right? Wasn't it Blade Flurry Elementalist for a while? What else? Guardian Aura stacking. Yep, played it. Mana stacking. Yep, played it. Like, there's a lot of different really tanky build archetypes that I've played. And I would say that the Viper Strike Pathfinder was actually one of... It was up there. It should be included in that list of very, very tanky builds in Path of Exile. At least at that point in time. I have no idea what the build is like now. I would have to go back through and read Torstein's updates and see what it's like in 320. But back in my day, I at least know that it used to be quite strong. So, but that was a while ago. Oh no, he's going to cast fire at me. Oh no, he's going to freeze me. No. Oh no. Alright, there's the Basilisk Acid. Alright. Is the powder here? Where's the powder? I forget. Oh, is it over here? Isn't it with the Sandstorm, or is that the Blade passive? Is that the Blade quest? Isn't it usually over here by the waypoint? Yeah, it's over here. Whoa, hey! What's the damage there, guys? What's the damage? What was that damage? I don't know what that damage was from. That was something that was quite a bit of damage, though. Killed my golem, even. Did I forget to turn on, like, Vitality or something? No, it's on. If I forgot to turn on Vitality, I'd probably be dead. Let's not mince any words about this. What would you guys say is your tankiest character you've ever played? Enough about me talking about my tanky characters. What would you say is the tankiest character that you've ever played? It can even be like, you know, hey, this wasn't necessarily the raw highest damage or raw highest survivability numbers on EHP, but you know what? It just never died because it killed things. What do you think was the tankiest character you've ever played? That's only a 3-link. I thought it was a 4-link. Why can I not pick this up? Oh my goodness. Don't care. Don't care. Alright, let's come back to Petrus and Banja. What's going on over here? Alright, let's go with the big chess piece. The big rare chess piece. Oh, 1,000 armor. Lightning, fire. Oh, but it's missing out on chaos. If that had chaos resistance on it, that would be the best. The fact that it doesn't even have life isn't that big a deal. There's only 17 life on here. Oh, man. Missing out on the crafting bench. You really start to feel it. You really start to feel it. Oof. Do I keep it? Probably. It's level 56, so we'll put it in the 50 tab. Where is it? Leveling 50 stuff. Yep. That's the other one that was good. I had another sovereign one, right? Yeah, right there. 60 life. Regenerate 12. Fire resistance, but it doesn't have any chaos resistance on it. Feel like I kind of need the chaos resistance at the moment. Believe it or not. feel like that's probably the scariest thing. Cat Post, who was #1 ranked, and I think is probably still going to be #1 ranked for a while. Cat Post actually did an AMA after ripping to, I think, Uber Elder, right? And it was over on the Ruthless subreddit. So #1 ranked overall player in Ruthless Hardcore Solo Self-Found. And was getting world firsts on everything. Like every single boss was just, he was getting the kills. And I think he even died opening weekend, because he was like first place opening weekend as well, or within the first opening week. And he ripped a character in maps, and then he got back up there again real quick. Anyway, he was playing Bone Shatterer Jug. And his answer to the question, what was the scariest? Like, what was the thing that caused the most frequent scares for your character? And he said it's definitely chaos damage. Definitely chaos damage. Molten Strike Ascendant with Slayer Leech, pre-nerf removal at full HP. Oh. Is that old Volpact? Old Volpact used to be ridiculous. It only got to be ridiculous for a little bit though, and then it was nerfed. Whoops. I just covered things in ash with the wrong time. I guess that degen is pretty serious, yeah. The degen's legit. Not to my golem, but to me, apparently. My golem can just tank it like a beast. Yep, watch out for the tornado, apparently. Alright, so one form is down. Here comes the next form. Oh, watch tornadoes. Yep, I'm taking some damage from the sandstorm. Regen out of the sandstorm. Probably a bad spot to be in. Yeah, if the sandstorm comes over here, I'm probably dead, right? Yeah. Probably a bad spot to stand in. Let's come over here. Ta-da! Alright, the Sekimo Feather. Alright, let's take that. That's another passive point. There we go. And with this passive point, I dub the +5 to fire dot multi. Bomber Leech build a long time ago, before a lot of the nerfs. Couldn't die. It was when Volpack was imbalanced. There you go. Here we go for Brine King. All right, Kevin. Give it your best shot. Remember, don't stand in the circling degen. It might not actually be a degen. It might be almost like Blade Vortex, where it actually applies a hit. I don't know, though. I don't know if it's blockable. This character has got some really, really good gear, and some gear that is really, really good for this build. I feel like I need to keep all the rings, which I probably don't need to keep all the rings, right? I'm definitely hoarding too many rings. Same for the belts. But I feel like each character can be such a mishmash of requirements for reaching resistance cap that it's really helpful to save all the stuff that you get in SSF as you're progressing. I'm kind of liking this idea of a stat stacker as a Scion. What stat stacker is possible to even play as a stat stacker with no uniques? Like, every build that I can think of that is a stat stacker is reliant on, like, a couple of uniques. What would even be a stat stacker that doesn't use uniques? I guess you could just do accuracy stacker as a Juggernaut, right? I don't think... Does the Scion Juggernaut get accuracy? Scion's just going to be bad in general. Maybe I don't even go to Azaro for the Scion. You know, yesterday I don't think... Did we drop... I think we dropped one energy leech support. So we did drop one support yesterday. But maybe I'll turn in some support gems today. And see what we get. Just to see if there's any kind of improvements that we can make. Whoop, I got shocked. Whoop, I got slammed. Whoop. Am I dead? That was close. That was close. That was shocked and tanking the slam, and I turned off Righteous Fire. So, you know, 3,300 HP. Probably not enough armor and Fizmet, though. That's probably what it was. I also was shocked. But there were a couple hits in there that were subsequent hits. Probably did around 1,000 damage each. It's kind of spooky. Alright, let's turn this in for Chrome. Chromes are really useful, by the way. Brian King is dead. Way to go, Kevin. It's got to feel good. For those of you who are in chat who don't know, by the way, Kevin is playing first time as a hardcore character, so it's good news for him. That was close. That was exactly how my RF Jug died. So you got shocked and then multiple hits on top of it. Okay, so guys, this is super secret tech. I'm going to pretend this is a YouTube short for a second, okay? All right. Hello, what is up, YouTube? Quick Righteous Fire tip here. If you're using Righteous Fire, you're burning yourself and you're about to die, and you want to make sure that you can take advantage of all of your life regeneration to get you back up, you can always put burning, remove all burning on a life flask, and that will turn off your Righteous Fire, completely negating all of the degen that's going on to your character, in addition to, of course, giving you whatever HP your actual life flask is going to give you. So that's just a little quick, helpful tip for Righteous Fire players. If you're ever worried about taking subsequent hits, if you take a relatively big hit and you're worried about the next one that's coming at you, just put burning on a life flask, use it, bada boom. In fact, isn't there a catalyst? Not a catalyst. Isn't there, what are they called? Guys, they came in right before I left. Isn't there a bauble or something? Oh my goodness, I'm showing my boomerisms here. Isn't there a currency that's like, when you take a savage hit, use this? Or no? Am I thinking of the Pantheon? I'm thinking of the Pantheon when you take a savage hit. Yeah, I was shocked and then the boss slammed a couple of times. Yeah, it's the subsequent slams that kill you. And it's because he's got a shock on you, like a high value shock. Which I survived that, probably because of... Unbreakable, doubling my body armor, and, you know, ridiculous amounts of elemental cap, as much elemental cap as I can get. Instilling Orb. Thank you, Zeko. Thank you. Whew. Imagine if I actually had a brain that remembered things. It'd be kind of scary. So I think at 3,300 HP, I think the Unholy Trinity could kill me. I think it's possible. Like, I don't think I can just completely AFK in the brain this fight. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Bucks. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Instilling Orbs. You know, the conditional flask usage stuff. That stuff. Maybe you put that on a burning flask. I don't know all the conditions of instilling orbs, but if there's an instilling orb that you can use where it's like, hey, if you lose X amount of percentage of your life or whatever, then trigger this. That would be pretty cool. Or if you take this amount of damage, almost like a cast one damage taken flask, right? I prefer when charges reach full. So here's the thing with that. If I'm just talking about this as a Righteous Fire tech, if you use it then you're constantly going to be turning off Righteous Fire. Right? I'm only talking about using Remove Burning as a little as a little tip and trick for if you're taking hits and you're worried and you're panicking. Having removed burnout on your flask is a thing you can do. I'm not saying it's the best thing you can do, but I'm saying it's a thing you can do to really make all of your regen work for you. I had Unbreakable as well, over 5k armor, still didn't make it. Oh man. Maybe I just got lucky. I don't know. Maybe I got lucky. It could also be because I had my flasks up as well. I had both my granite and my basalt flask up, which the order should be granite then basalt, right? And then I've got 11,000 armor and 80% Fizmit. That's a pretty respectable amount. Oh, Jade Amulet, nice. But lightning damage can still do damage. Like, did you see that? Those guys. Oh gosh. Speaking of lightning damage, it's cold exposure. Extra cold damage and exposure. Minions lightning explode, and then lightning mirage when hit. Okay. Yeah, that guy's kind of spooky. Whew. That guy was kind of spooky. Coming around the corner and there's just a gazillion guys ready to explode and they all do lightning damage? Right as I'm saying, yeah, lightning damage can still actually do damage to me. Because it can roll really high. I've got 100 overcap, so what is that? 20 from a curse actually puts me below the cap. So I need to overcap more on lightning. Oh goodness. Extra projectiles. Also, for those of you wondering why on earth am I using steel skin instead of using molten shell, I was debating using and swapping over to molten shell, but I think the remove bleed is just too good. I like having remove bleed on my left click. There is one for Savage Hit, I think. Oh, that's pretty good then. That's really good. If there's an instilling orb roll for like Savage Hit, then just turn that on for your burning flask and your life flask. I forget what I used to do with Transcendence. Wasn't there a way when we were doing Transcendence armor stacking to deal with dot degens? Was there a mastery that made it so that way you took less dot? Was there? Do you guys remember? Was there a dot mastery? I don't remember. I thought there was a dot mastery that was like, hey, take less damage over time. But maybe not. Maybe this was... Maybe it was Delirium Cluster Jewel. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I still wish there were instilling orbs in Ruthless. I can understand why there's not. Like going back to PoE 1.0, right? That's kind of what the idea is. Alright, so if we're going to die here to Chevron because this is all lightning. So let's find out. Chevron has done some serious damage. She did some good damage to my hero font, from what I remember. And he also had endurance charges as well. So... I will not suffer humiliation again! It's kind of funny, because that's what all my characters are thinking, too. Is there a unique in here, too? I forget. Ooh, gold ring. Divine life flask. Nice. Alright, so this is another, what, dot multi? Yep. And then we'll get 10 dot multi and some generic increased fire damage. Guys, we're level 69. Nobody kills me when I'm level 68. Ha! Nobody! Soul Eater, Chaos, and... Oh, goodness, there's Chevron. That's what that is. Alright. The Ghost of Shav. Oh, goodness. Yeah, see, she can hurt. She definitely can hurt. Where'd she go? Ouch. Ouch, why you do this, lady? Ouch. Come fight me over here. Fight me in the middle of the arena, would you? Sheesh. Ooh, that's spooky. That's spooky. Hey, go for my decoy totem, you crazy lady. Ah! Okay, I have 3,200 health. I am lightning capped at 78%. And she did some serious damage there. Ah! It's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Fortify Mastery has reduced dot. Oh, is that where it is? %10 reduced damage over time taken while you have at least 20 fortification. What is this? 30? 40? 40? What is this? +1 to maximum? +4 to maximum? Is it Vigilant Strike that gives you Fortify? What was it that you needed to use in order to get over the hump on your Righteous Fire character that you said is really good, Iron? Well, what I needed to do was at level 69 was to go use Vigilant Strike to make sure that I always had Fortify. Isn't it Vigilant Strike that gives you Fortify? Or does it not give you Fortify anymore? Vigilant Strike. Melee hits Fortify for 8 seconds. But it doesn't tell you like what the default amount of fortification you're going to have. Right? Because fortification is now based on the size of the hit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Don't think it's worth it. I wonder if Enduring Cry would be worth it. All right, let's go fight... Who do we want to fight next? Let's go fight Malagaro. See, this is very similar to what it was like with my Cold Dot guy. Just run through stuff. Vortex will drop behind you. You're going to be fine. That was taking some stacks on that, and I was still okay. Just really good regen. Which is funny because I could actually go for a little bit more regen. And by a little bit, I mean like a lot. I mean like as soon as I take a huge hit, I just want to be back up to full HP. But you know, I'm kind of greedy. Oh, rare. There we go. Arcanist gloves. Nice. Thank you, sir. Putrefied cocoon. Man, where's my my next couple of support gems? Oh, that's chaos damage. Where'd you go? There you are. Down goes Malagaro. Alright. Alright, watch out for Dodre with all her crazy curses. Crazy curses. Oh, lightning. Lightning. Oh, and then the regen. That's a regen rare. That's a no regen rare. Heals and suppresses foes that are recovering or something. Oh, that's a curse rare. Okay. Caustic Orb and curses. Okay. Alright, that one's dead. Some creepy stuff in here. Some really spooky stuff in here. There's Dodre. Is that rare still here? There we go. Alright. 3,200 life. We should be fine against Dodre, right? We should be. Famous last words. I don't think unique enemies are immune to Decoy Totem. I don't think that's true. Check this out. I can drop Decoy Totem. See that? She likes my Decoy Totem. So I don't think that's true. You might be right that there are certain uniques that have that ability. That's pretty cool. I can stand and tank her stuff. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go refill flasks. She likes wood. Thanks. Thanks, Yao. And to all my children who are watching, that's a reference to being a wood chopper. She likes to chop down wood because she has a very forest-conscious mind. Look at the regen on that helm. It's got a ton of evasion. That's gonna be good for something. I don't know. Oh, that's level 60. Hope that's level 60 as well. That one we get rid of.
Yes. See ya.
See you. Alright. We've got our flasks up. And we go. Does the mech alarm belt from Heist exist in Ruthless? I don't know. That's a good question, Kay. I would assume so. I think most uniques have come over into Ruthless. There have been a couple that have not come over, but I think most are here. Or you can tell them the truth and let them be healthy around the subject. That's true. That's true. For my 12-year-old daughter and for my 11-year-old daughter and for my 7-year-old son, very, very true. For my 2-year-old boy and for my 5-year-old daughter, I don't know about that. In 10 to 15 years when they watch this, there you go. Hey, I've got a video floating out on Twitch from years ago where my now 11-year-old, then 5-year-old, killed Malachi. So it's not like I'm totally averse to my kids at a young age becoming accustomed to some things. But that was, I think that was on a Cyclone character or on a Summoner character. I think it was on a Summoner character fighting Malachi. I think. Wherever that YouTube Twitch clip. Or maybe it's just a Twitch clip now. I think I exported it to YouTube, though. That hurt. That hurt. That was about half of our HP right there. That hurt. So, we do take damage. Don't let anybody think we don't take any damage. And then we don't regen either. It's kind of spooky, the no regen part. Alright, down to a third. Alright, I am going to port. Because not having my basalt flask is kind of scary. Kind of get scared.
Yeah.
Alright, let's port back in. Alright, cover with ash. It's a big slam. Ah! Okay, we're okay. That was close. That was close. We're okay. We're okay. My apologies. My apologies. We probably dropped under 1,000 there. Yeah, we dropped under 1,000 there. So that was a 2,000 plus hit. That was a little spooky there for a second, but we're all right. We just needed to regen. And again, that's the power of regen. Oh my goodness, look at the damage on that. Oh, would you look at that? Adds 25 to 417 lightning damage. Some of the hits with that thing are going to be bonkers, and some of it is going to just be atrocious. Good tidings to you. All right, away we go to Oriath. Why, hello there. Why, hello there. Did we find out, was Scorpion worth a passive point on our hero font? Who remembers? Does anybody remember? Was Scorpion worth a passive point? Let's go find out. I don't remember. My dog started barking when he heard you now. Aw, I'm sorry? Or aw, how cute? Depending on the bark, right? If your dog is like, hey, I know that voice. That's the good guy's voice. And that's good news. If when he hears my voice, he's like, hey, there's that voice. There's that voice that makes you go and play Path of Exile instead of petting me on my tummy. That's a bad voice. You need to come back here and pet me on my tummy. Oh gosh. I don't like that. Whatever that stat is. What is this stat? I'm gonna put down a decoy totem and examine. Prevents recovery above 50%, and then he also does extra chaos damage. I do not like that, Sam. I do not like green eggs and ham. Today's stream is in no way affiliated with Dr. Seuss or Dr. Seuss properties or Dr. Seuss's legacy. Any overlap between sayings that G3 Iron makes and Dr. Seuss's books are purely coincidental. Alright, we gotta go further down and to the right. Well, he is outside. Probably he was under the window. He's like sneaking in. Your dog is peeking in the window like, hey, what are you... Wait, I can do this better. Wait. Your dog is like, hey, what are you watching? Hey. He's like jumping up and down. Hey, what are you watching in there? Are you playing PoE? Hey, man. Hey, come rub my tummy. Hey, I pooped. Hey. Oh, man. Oh, I just imagine the dog jumping at the window. Oh, man. What's he playing in there today? Why does he whenever he boots up that game, he leaves me outside longer. Whenever I hear that guy's voice, my owner is always talking about, like, PoE economics or something. I have no idea what he's talking about, but he's always on about it. Now he's talking about Ruthless and stuff. It's weird. Hey, Iron is screaming in abject terror. That's good news, says the dog. Welcome, Kappa. Welcome. It's good to see you today. Oh, man, it's too true. Yeah, any suffering on the part of Iron is good news for the dog. All right, let's get excited here. Let's go take down Act 10 after we kill Scorpion Lady. Whew. Let's go kill Scorpion Lady. Go take down Act 10. And then that's 2 characters done. And we're going to feel very accomplished. And then we'll have 5 characters to go. But at least 3 of those characters are pretty well defined. They're kind of at stuck-ish spots. But I think I can probably make some gear adjustments and make each of them not so stuck-ish. That's not how my dog does things. If he wants attention, he'll just come up and kick you. So, Wolfguard, your dog is like my 2-year-old. She's like, hey, do you want a hug, Zeke? Rah! And he tackles you. That's kind of what he does. Okay, it's the D-Gen. Caustic Strike. A D-Gen is actually sizable enough such that we stop regenning naturally. So it's a pretty good sized D-Gen. Look at my life regen right now. 900? Do I have the 2% while moving? Or did I not take that? No, I didn't take it. I did not take the 2% while moving. Which, what would 2% of 3,200 or 3,300 be? Like 90? No. Wait, I can do math. 60? 600? Something? No, because 300 would be, 330 would be 10%. So it'd be like 60 or so. Alright, come on, Shakira. Let's go. Nobody's here to listen to you sing. We're just here to kill your little scorpion face. There we go. Alright. Does she not do the chaos bubble in this form, I guess? These are things that you never learn when you're playing regular Path of Exile, because everything just blows up right away, right? What are the moves that bosses actually have? I don't know. I delete them too fast. There we go. Ooh, that hurt. Yeah, I don't think she has the Chaos Degen anymore. I am standing in a bunch of the sand. I guess this is an argument for getting Unstoppable second, by the way. This is a pretty good argument, not slowing down in the sand pit. Daughter! What a bad dad. Just watches his daughter die in a fight. Okay, let's remember that. Scorpion is worth a passive point in Ruthless. That did not change. I forgot that last time. Alright, this is more fired up. Multi! Onwards to Act 10. Does your 2-year-old whimper like he's dying if he's hungry? Mrs. Draco... Where's Mrs. D? Mrs. D? Mrs. D? Let me ask her. Chat wants to know if Zeke whimpers like a dog when he's hungry. That's a good question. Bucks, what did you send me? Bucks sent me a clip. What is the clip?
Hey, what are you watching in there?
Oh.
You playing PoE?
The dog.
Hey, man. Hey, come rub my tummy. Hey, I pooped. Hey.
That is a great clip. That is a great clip. Mrs. Dracona says yes. She says yes, our 2-year-old does whimper like a dog when he's hungry. That's the official word from Mrs. D. I will show you with a snapshot. There you go. There you go. This chat wants to know if Zeke whimpers like a dog when he's hungry. I'd say yes. There you go. So that's the official ruling by Mrs. D. All right. It's out onto the rooftop. Isn't there a song about the rooftop? Is there a Santa Claus song about the rooftop or something? Out on the rooftop, click, click, click. Right? Isn't that a thing? No. Defeat Plaguewing. Okay, he does chaos. Where is he? There he is. He also slams because he's a Kitava Herald. So we always want our armor up, and down he goes. Talk to Bannon. Oh, it's a good thing you're here. What in Bannon Nation have you done? By the golden arse of innocence. What a great voice line. Do I still have that character in standard? Do I still? Yep, Innocence is golden arse. I still have that character. I still have that name. Still have that one. That's probably my least mature name. It's my most silly name of any character I've got. Ooh, Onslaught. Oh, creates consecrated ground. We should definitely take that. It's generic damage, right? It's generic 40% increase to damage, and it gives us consecrated ground. Let's do that. Let's make it rare, because yeah, didn't you guys know you can make flasks rare? Yeah, no, you can't. It'd be amazing if you could though. Increased evasion. Okay, well that's not good, but you know. Do I want it more than the basalt flask? Let's go to my hideout and test something real quick. Which one's actually better? Oh, that's right. Navali is now a decoration.
Hello.
Lily doesn't fill up your flasks for you in Ruthless? Lily, you're no longer my best friend. You no longer get to stand next to the stash. Lily. Lily, you stay there. Helena, despite the fact that you... Oh my goodness. Despite the fact that you're always switching hideouts, you may stand there now. Okay.
Greetings.
Greetings. All right, so let's look here. We've got 55, 98, and 66. If we use the granite, 94, 76. 94.76. If we use the basalt flask, 67.70. So it is definitely better to use the granite. Yeah. Definitely better. And we're still going to use this just in case for bleeding, just in case. No, I should probably take this off, actually. I should go for a bigger health flask here. Yeah, we should actually go for some divine health flasks here. Let's increase charge recovery. That's tempting. I think that's the biggest one. I've got one other divine over here. One other. Oh, that's got increased quality on it too. Let's use a glass blowers on this then, and let's make a magic. Increase charges per use. Increase amount recovered. Holy moly, that's my entire life pool. Let's use that. Let's use that. All right. So now I don't have a bleed flask, but we've got steel skin. Did you make it? Did you kill Kitava? We're on our way, Sonny. We're in Act 10. We are officially in Act 10 now. Caustic orb on death? That sounds horrible. This guy looks obnoxious. Alright, caustic orb. Already dealt with, and away we go. We are just starting Act 10, so hopefully we kill Kitava today. And with the death of Kitava, we will have 2 characters finished for the challenge. And it also means we can use all this great gear that this guy's using. Some of it is legitimately quite good gear. And so it'll be of quite a strong benefit to my other characters. Whoop. Watch for the explosion stuff. Sheesh. Is that one of the prevents recovery guys? Do not like those guys. Always crits exploding orbs. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel like we came up onto the rooftop and things are just shenanigans up here. $16 to all elemental resistances. Dex and int. 22 fire. It doesn't have a life roll. Who could use the cold damage to attacks and that intelligence? I think I go way under cap if I take this off. Yeah, it's not way under cap, but I lose 140 life if I switch off of this ring. So that's definitely not worth it. Yeah. This ring is too good. This ring is not great, but this ring is amazing. If I had a little bit more life rolls, I think I'm at 150% on the tree, or thereabouts. If I had a few more items with life rolls on them, I think I would already be at like 4k life. Because seriously, 50 life on something right now is that's so much. If I had 2 more 50 life rolls, what is that, 300 life? So that puts me at 3,800. That's a lot. Because I'm pretty sure my belt right now is giving me a little bit of life, but that's on the implicit. I don't think... Yeah, it's giving me 19 and chaos resistance. Not much. Not much. Whoa, hey now. Whoa, I'm bleeding. At least he's cold and chill resistant, not fire resistant like some of them. Yikes. All right, let's wait. Which way is the way forward? What? What? This is all blocked off. What? Okay, so maybe up and around this way. What? You know what I should do on one of these characters? I should do like a running tab of monster kills. That'd be kind of cool. Can somebody generate a script? That would actually be really cool to add to the stream. Does anybody know of a way to generate a script? No, there'd probably be no way to do it because you have to do it in-game. But where like every minute or so, like there's just a running tally in-game, and then it's displayed on the stream for how many monsters we've killed. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Be kind of nifty. Aren't there, there's ways to do that for experience, but that's because the ladder is posted online, right? Those scripts that are tracking the ladder positions for players, like during races and stuff, that's because the ladder's posted elsewhere. It's not because it's an in-game thing. I think, right? Sounds right. Any ideas what to do with my 7-month-old daughter this weekend? It's 100% increased rain and slush here, and my car is 100% less drivable. Well, there's a couple of ideas. You said 7-month-old. So it's 7 months old. It's going to be raining and slushy. Is she starting to take steps at this point? At 7 months. Is she starting to try and take some steps? Or like leaning? Is she leaning on things? If you're holding her upright, is she aware that she's got feet and she can use them? Oh, hey now. It's kind of spooky. There we go. The reason why I ask is because one of the things that I love to do with my kids when they're little like that is just take them on walks around the house and familiarize them with our house. Like from different perspectives, from varying heights. Like, as a baby, the baby's always used to being up in your arms, right? But then as your kid develops the ability to move around on their own, whether it's crawling or walking, it's helpful for them to see the rest of the house and to know kind of where they're at. That's something that I like to do with the kids. I like to walk around and kind of explore our house or our various houses where we've lived in with kids when it's too wet to go outside. I also like to build forts for the kids when they're really little. They think that's hilarious, seeing mom and dad go inside a fort. Like, you just throw a blanket over a couch, over the edge of a couch or something, and it's like, where's mom or dad? Where did we go? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know. You just disappeared from existence for a second. Like this is what it's like. I will demonstrate. I will demonstrate here in chat. Mom, Dad, where'd you go? I don't see you anymore. You were here. But, I hear you, but I don't see you. Yep, keep looking. Keep looking. Hey, peekaboo, peekaboo. You know, they like doing that. So, your question is, what can you do over the weekend? Well, you can build a fort, various levels of forts. You can incorporate chairs, couches, tables, desk furniture. A blanket or a pillow will come in handy. Even seat cushions. Seat cushions are quite fun to use in the building of forts. And then you just let your toddler, let your little one, kind of push them over, roll around, etc. No steps yet. She can't really crawl properly yet. That's okay. Are you doing the Oh, what is this? What am I doing with my hands? I'm holding a baby. That's what I'm doing. I'm, in theory, pretend that my cup of warm water is is my baby. Right? So you're holding your baby and you've got your hands around the torso. Are you doing that where you're picking? I almost tipped over my cup and then I'm just going to dump hot water all over my keyboard. But you can tip your baby over to help them learn how to crawl, to give them some more stability. Right? That's something that you can do. If they don't know how to crawl yet, you can kind of help take their weight off their legs a little bit. Not entirely, because you actually want them to get used to dragging their own weight around, right? That actually builds up their legs muscles. But these are all things that you can do. Whoa, hey now. I do not like the guys that cast the you don't get to regen. I don't like those guys. And those guys also do a serious level of ignite. That's a pretty serious ignite. I'm just going to pretend I'm not a trapper for a second. Definitely not a trapper. I'm using Righteous Fire, even though I don't have it turned on. Totally using Righteous Fire. Definitely not a Marauder Trapper. Oh! Okay. It's kind of spooky. Molten Shell. Chilled Ground on Death. Oh, there's that guy. There's that guy. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of rares here. Need to kind of be careful. There's that big Ignite guy again. I do not like your big Ignites, dude. Gets me down by about 300 health. Chaos damage, extra lightning damage. It's kind of spooky. The music in the Reliquary reminds me of Free Space 2, for those of you who played Free Space 2. It kind of reminds me of like a space theme. Maybe a little bit of Star Trek, the original. Think of that, Zeko. You've got a 7-month-old. Think of all the awesome things you're going to get to introduce to your 7-month-old daughter. You're going to get to show Star Trek, Star Wars. There was a moment where Mrs. Draconis and she can probably back me up on this, if she remembers. Well, we'll see if she would remember. But there was a moment when we had, I think it was our second daughter. Our third living child. And where, I don't remember if we were home or not from the hospital. And from the delivery or not. I don't remember where we were. But I can remember there was a moment where it clicked in my head. And I realized, this daughter of mine, she knows nothing of Spider-Man or Ninja Turtles. She knows nothing of Star Trek. She knows nothing about her maker. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that, like, she doesn't know. And I get to be the one to be with her as she learns a lot of this stuff. That's pretty cool. I just remember that clicking. It took me a couple of kids until that clicked. But then it clicked. It might have actually been our son. It might have been our oldest son. So maybe I'm misremembering the timeline on that. But you know me in memory. Secretly, the reason why I make YouTube videos is just because then I'll actually be able to have a reference point and go back and remember something. I'm really only making all these YouTube videos so that way whenever I forget how a mechanic works, I can go back and rewatch it. Forts and peekaboo sound like a good plan. I'll try the assisted crawling as well. Yeah, sometimes they like the assisted crawling. Sometimes they don't. Like, I think my oldest daughter, after she'd be done with a feeding, like if I tried the crawling thing, she'd be like, what are you doing? I'm just going blip, blip. And I was a moron. I was like, why is she throwing up? Why is she burping so much? I thought we burped her already. Yeah, well, just because you burp somebody, if you pick them up by their stomach and you don't hold them appropriately and manage their weight, it's going to still be a little awkward there. All right, did we get all three? I think we got all three, right? We got the teardrop. That's all we wanted. We hit all three corners. All right. Yep, 1, 2, 3. And then we're back again. All right, let's go back to town. I say you start preparing her for college. No better time than to teach them PoE now. There you go. All right. What else do I want to do? I think we said coming all the way in here is worth 10%. We also said coming over here was going to be helpful. Yeah, that's going to be another 10% life. That's going to be big. What is my total life at the moment? Let's find that out. Welcome, Raptor. I see you finally made it onto the Discord. Nice of you to join us over there. Let's go to Path of Building. I'm going to say I'm at like 156 or 160%, maybe. Maybe I'm a little bit higher than that. Maybe not, though. What is our tree? Increased armor from the tree is 140%. Increased life from the tree is only 126. Wow. So I haven't gone for a lot of life. There's actually a lot more life I could go for. I could come in here and grab combat stamina. Oh my, that's actually a lot of regen. That's a lot of armor too. Yeah. Gives me 600 armor. Gives me 110 net life regen. So right now I'm only at 296. That's kind of a lot. Ugh. Didn't I take this? I thought I took the fire damage. 12% fire damage and increased life regen, but I guess not. What else could I do for life? Oh, Golem's blood? Could come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 passives away. How close am I to being able to refund any other... Oh, I can refund dex. There is a dexterity point passive that I can refund. That's good. Look at that. We're up to 36. Can I refund? Can't refund the intelligence. Can't refund this dex, but that's good. We just found one extra one. Oh, that's bad. Unwavering stance is only 2 over here, but I think I just want a bigger life pool at this point. Putting her on her stomach after feeding leads to 100% increased cleaning activities. Well said. As a child, I remember watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy about 10 times without speaking English or knowing how to read subtitles yet. For some reason, it was always on TV, especially at Christmas. It's because it's a wonderful Christmas story. It's a wonderful family story. It's a wonderful family adventure. Especially Gollum sitting on the pool of... Oh, I forget what it's called. But... smashing the fish to death. The rock and pearl is nice and cool, so juicy sweet. Only wish to catch a fish, so juicy sweet. And then Faramir's like, I'm going to order my men to shoot him. And Frodo's like, no! Those are direct quotes. All of them. Alright, let's get rid of all of this stuff.
Freedom comes to them.
All this goes away. I think we keep the ring. For freedom. It's level 48, but it's got 16 to all resistance. I think I need to keep that. There's going to be somebody that's low on fire resistance. Are you going to do the third lab or just go into face Kitava as the build is now? I don't think I did third lab on my Hierophant, did I? I think I only did 2, right? Yeah, I only did 2. I think we were debating between Divine... I think it was Divine Guidance is what we were going to go for. Oh man, I could be using Holy Fire Totem, couldn't I? I also probably could be using Wave of Conviction. Don't I have Wave of Conviction somewhere? I do. Oh. What if I use Wave of Conviction? Yeah. That's going to be really good. It's only a little bit of lightning damage. So that's going to help us a lot. I might go in and do the lab. I think Azaro is probably going to be more deadly than Kitava. That's what I'm going to say, Patrick. I think Azaro, depending on what his equipment is, depending on the day, he's more deadly than Kitava. Kitava is always the same stuff, always the same moves, always the same, right? Kitava's always the same. So I'll probably do it just with 2. I understand that going in and taking the elemental hit from Kitava is going to make it worse, but my guy's so close. I don't want to go into lab, get stuck on a lab trap or something, and then die. Right? That's just, there's no way that that's worth it. Especially as a last ascendancy, like, this is good. Don't get me wrong, 10% increased movement speed, cannot be stunned, action speed, blah, 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 blah. But for the Kitava fight, that's not going to be a big boost. For mapping, for continuing the character, for progression, ongoing, yes, very good. For Kitava, no. I guess it helps with the degen when the heart comes out and the heart of Kitava is out there and you're slowed a little bit. But you've got 30 int dex nodes higher up on the tree. It would save you a point. Right here? Or you're saying switch them. You're saying switch them. I see what you're saying. I am with you, Kappa. I am with you. Go here with the 2. I'm with you, and that's a passive point. Excellent catch. So now with that, let's go increase fire damage and regenerate some more life. What's that do for us, actually? Come over here. Come here. We just grabbed Cruel Prep, right? Yep. Okay, so what does this do for us? We're at 290. It's worth like 22 net life regen. 3% damage. It's worth 3% damage. There's got to be something better than that. That's Fizz's extra fire. Let's go. We're gonna go cheat for a second. We're gonna go look at. We're gonna go look at Pox's tree again. I should be looking at Bux's tree. Where is it? He comes through Devotion. Did I not grab Devotion yet? No, I grabbed Devotion. But then he comes up, that's right, he comes up and he grabs Discipline and Training. That's right. It's actually a pretty decent pull. Also Sovereignty as well. But I don't have a bunch of the auras. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Oh, also come in here for increased area of effect with explosive impact. That could be nice. It's only going to be, what? A little bit more? But that means that as I'm standing around, it gives me more distance between me and Kitava, and the damage is still going on. But that's a couple passive points away. This is 10% more life. This is 6% more life. Let's do this. 6% more life, and then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets me to 30 life and 10% life. 7 points gets me 20% life. Sounds good to me. I'm already up to 3,600 life. That sounds good. Sounds good. Golem's pretty horrible when you, or pretty horror when you can't tell he's saying silly stuff. Oh yeah, Golem can be terrifying, no doubt about that. That is a movie that I let my kids watch, though. That's an example of something that I've let my kids enjoy. We've watched some of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. They actually prefer the Rankin Bass stuff, though. But that's probably because their old man prefers that as well. I really enjoy the Rankin Bass stuff. Ooh. Am I on consecrated ground there? I thought it creates consecrated ground on use. Where's my consecrated ground? Sheesh. I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Nope, nope, nope. Why do I not see it? Okay, there it is. It only lasts for 4 seconds, or a couple seconds. We're pretty close to getting a couple of pretty good upgrades here. Oh, look at the exposure. Oh, wave of conviction. Oh my goodness. Where have you been my whole life? I forgot about using you. No, it's not that I forgot about using you. You guys have reminded me about it, but I didn't think I was actually going to have fire damage to make it be fire. I thought I just had the lightning stuff. So that's kind of nice. Wave of conviction. Definitely big time. Big time. Boost to damage. It would help with the Kitava's Flora's lava move. That's true. Get regen while moving. That's not a bad idea either as a mastery. Get the 2%. It's another 60 life. It's more than the 0.4% flat life regen. So that's not a bad idea. Oh, Orb of Scouring. Nice! Every 2 of those is a alchemy. So that's really good. Dude, we are sustaining maps like crazy. All these people saying they can't sustain maps. I don't know where they're getting that from. Endurance charge when they are hit? Oh, that's kind of obnoxious. Wave of Conviction actually does damage on its own right. It's low level, but it's doing damage. That's kind of funny. That's another testament to my weapon just being really good. Alright, we go into the ossuary. Alright, guys, we're in the ossuary, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to our hideout, or back to the docks. I'm going to go to my stash. I'm going to unequip these gloves. Because I'm going to put on our rampage gloves. Look at those. Those are so good. They're level 42. I'm putting this in the character swabs tab. That's good. Isn't this pretty good, too? That's pretty good. That's going in the character swabs tab. Hard not to sustain when they aren't used. Yeah. You forgot about Wave of Conviction on RF. You forgot about Bear Traps on Trapper. You just forgot about dealing damage. That's a good point. That's a good point. That actually just sounds like me in general. You forgot, you forgot, you forgot. Yep. 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 Guilty as charged. No two ways about it. Alright, so now that we have... Wait, did I take out my... Oh no! That actually gives me dex? My gloves are actually giving me dex. Oh, no! It's giving me 22 decks. Okay, well, never mind. Sorry. I was going to be all like, well, let's go Vol Rampage around here. Just Rampage, Rampage, Rampage. In the ossuary. That's fun. No fun allowed. So that's why my passives were all of a sudden freed up. That's why. Makes sense. Well, I still could do it if I wanted to. I should probably swap Wave of Conviction and Fire Trap. I should probably swap which buttons those are on. There we go. There we go. Because I should be primarily pressing Wave of Conviction and then secondarily throwing Fire Trap down. There we go. There we go. That is a lot better. And I don't even need to use Wave of Conviction on trash stuff, so. Just like I don't need to use Fire Trap on trash stuff. Vol Greaves. That's a 3-link. We are level 70. What else could I grab with a couple extra passive points? I think probably just life at this point. Getting up to 4,000 life. Making it so that way I'm just surviving one-shots. Maybe doing the armor? Maybe going the armor route would actually be better. I don't know. It seems like we're doing okay against Fizz stuff. It's just going to be the Kitava Slam. Just dodge the Kitava Slam, and we should be fine. I probably should go back and get that bear trap for my trapper as well. That'll help as well. Goliath Gauntlets, nice. Just keep running around here for an entire level. We could do that. Not opposed to that. Just run around here until level 71. It's okay if I forget things, guys. It's okay. I mean, it's not really great. It's not optimal, but it's okay. I'll learn from it and I'll get better about it, right? That's the idea. That's the goal. I need to come up here. It's at the top. Yeah, it's at the top. What is this over here, though? It's going to be a dead end. Oh, no. Look at this, a rare. Oh, gosh. Watch out for that explosion. We got Wave of Conviction leveling up. Do I not have Vitality turned on? Oh my goodness, I did not have Vitality turned on. Okie dokie. Actually, you know what? I'm ready to go kill Kitava. I was just sustaining with no Vitality. I was taking damage, taking porcupine hits. I'm ready to go kill Kitava. If I can be running around here like Austin Powers. Yeah, baby, yeah! Like, if I'm running around like that with no Vitality, come on now. I should be good. Should be good. Oh, groovy, baby, groovy. I think that's what I'll name my next duelist. The Austin Powers of PoE. We're gonna play Puncture, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. If you didn't have the chat, right? Oh, if I didn't have the chat, I wouldn't have anything, guys. I would just be running around on a 1-link. Right? This character is a testament to your guys' ability to point out the number of things that I forget. That's what this character is. See, I need a bow like that, but instead of elemental damage added to it, it needs to say, you know, physical damage. Maybe craft 2. Whoops, click on this. There we go. Now we've got 2 maybe crafts. How many monsters have I killed? 36,000 monsters. So 4,000 less monsters than the Hierophant. So that's a considerable amount. Considerable amount less. But I also haven't gone up to Kitava yet. But, you know, Kitava only counts as 1. Alright, so there's 2 passive respec points. I think this stuff is too good in here. Maybe I could get rid of this 20%. This is just 20% to all, but they would just get replaced with these. Yeah, because I do need to cut in here and get robust. That's a good amount of regen. It's only 5% life right there. Yeah, I think coming over here for discipline and training is probably the next best thing to do. Alright. The next best thing to do is also go kill Kitava. So let's go do that. I would like to know from you guys in chat. Here's a question for you all that only you guys can answer. That you only the faithful G3 viewing audience can truly know. What other sorts of Ruthless challenges would you guys like to see? Anything in particular? Ruthless challenges or Ruthless guides? Ruthless discussions? Now that I actually have Vitality turned on, it's kind of helpful. Look at that. We do damage and we regen. If I would have died without having Vitality on, that might have been the most tilting thing. Legitimately tilting. That's all the monsters who emasculated you while you were playing Chaos Dot Marauder. Hey man, my Chaos Dot Marauder eventually got me to playing Righteous Fire, so I can't talk too bad about it, right? It eventually got me where I wanted to go. In about the slowest way possible, but it eventually got me there. After seeing Cat Post just absolutely wreck the end game with some good gear, but also some fairly average gear, I'm just like, oh my goodness. That's ridiculous. Genuinely ridiculous. Watching good players in Path of Exile legitimately take on content with gear that I wouldn't be able to take on the campaign with is hilarious. It's like, man, whew, imagine. What must it be like to be good at video games? Oh, man. Maybe all characters to yellow? Oh, that'd be interesting. Maybe get all characters to like level 80 or something. Dusty, I like that. I like the get all characters thing. I like that. Because it's another layer of like... It's another... How to say it? It's another broad range or broad category of experience. To be able to speak to like, hey, this is what it's like in maps. This is what it's like as you play the game. Because I think that's probably the one thing that people would be able to say to me at the moment is, well, you didn't play into maps. And that'd be a fair critique. Like, I didn't play into maps, right? That'd be a fair thing about any input that I give. I'm just speaking about the campaign. Where's my next support gem? When's it going to arrive? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I just needed to complain about it, and then we get Malevolence to drop. Holy crap! Holy crap! Have Malevolence. Okay. That's our first aura. That is our first aura drop. Can you guys see it? Or is it above my capped head? Can you see it? Malevolence. You and nearby allies deal 14% more damage over time. You and nearby allies have 10% increased skill effect duration. Oh, that's good. Oh, man. Okay, so this means that I need to go sovereignty. The sovereignty wheel, right? That's how we swap this up? What happened? We dropped a Malevolence. This is our first aura. This is our first aura. Which, by the way, I'm still going to get to complain today because we did not technically get a support gem to drop. But we now have an aura. Besides for Determination, that's probably the best aura for us that could have dropped. Volet? No! Thanks, Bucks! No! No! Oh. Hey, Iron, you got something nice for your build. Destroy it. No! Oh. And for the right character, too? Wow, lucky. I mean, for the right character, but when he's level 70. Like, I'm on my way to go to Kitava. Like, where was this at level 24 when I could have used it through the whole campaign? Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I should not be ungrateful. I'm very thankful to have Malevolence. That's incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take off what is it? Eternal Blessing? Yeah. Right? Because Eternal Blessing won't work with Malevolence and Vitality, right? I've dropped only one support this week, and that was Iron Grip. I've played every day. Ooh. What's my increased rarity right now? Do I have any? 7. So not much. Just use another dot character? You mean like Puncture Duelist? Or Essence Drain? Contagion Essence Drain Scion? Actually, volleying it would only be beneficial. It's level 1, so it can't drop level. And you'd have a chance of gaining quality without using GCP. Wait. Are you telling me Bucks is actually big brain clay? What's the worst that can happen from volleying it? That's actually a good point, right? I'm not going to level my gems to level 20. You guys are all making good points. Oh, Poison's Concoction? That's a good point. Poison's Concoction could use it as well. That's another good point. Okay, so Malevolence, Vitality. Do I have another Clarity or no? I have a level 8 Clarity. We could see if I can use it. Probably not. I could try re-rolling one of these socket colors. Actually, I could just add sockets onto the shield. Do I have one more. Jeweler's Orb. There we go. Yeah, aura quality for that 0% increased damage, right? For increased range. Alright, so if I... Oh, my clarity's too high a level. Bummer. Alright, so clarity's too high a level. It's level 8. Do I have a different clarity? Do I have a clarity on this guy? Level 7. It reserves 115 mana. Nope, I've got less than 115. How much do I have? I've got 88. Okay. I'm not going to redo my entire tree just for the sake of malevolence. Or, I'm sorry, just for the sake of clarity. Alright, let's turn in this for other characters. Let's not get distracted here. I'm getting distracted. Let's remember what we're here for. We're here to kill Kitava. Let's go kill Kitava. Right? Let's go kill Kitava. I've got on Vitality and Malevolence. Oh my goodness. Damage is still good. What a shock. That's incredible though that dropped like that. Apparently I just need to complain more. I just need to complain more about, you know, drops and things. That's what I'm learning. I actually took some damage there. So I don't have enough mana regen. See, this is why I need to have, like, clarity or something. I don't have enough mana regen that if I'm using Steel Skin and Wave of Conviction, if I'm actually using my skills, I don't have enough mana to be able to use other skills then. So that's a little bit of a problem. Maybe I go Zealot's Oath? How close am I to Zealot's Oath? I think I'm relatively close. No, not Zealot's Oath. What am I thinking of? Eldritch Battery. There we go. No, I'm not relatively close. I am close to Zealot's Oath. I'm not close to Eldritch Battery. Combat Stamina. Is it Combat Stamina or Tireless? It's Tireless that's looking better for the reduced cost of skills. That's funny. What has Iron learned of Ruthless? Just play dot builds? Basically. Like, just, at least during the campaign, right? At least during the campaign, there's some serious benefits to playing a dot build during the campaign. It seems that way, right? It's gem level dependent, right? Which means that if you get items that give you extra levels, that's strong. You can scale it up with multi on the tree, not just with gems, but also with gems, right? Oh, he reflects hexes. All right, well, I'm not going to hex him. That seems simple enough. Cover him in ash. I'll expose him. Even with flammability, I'm fine. Yeah. Even with flammability. We have it for what? 5 more seconds? Yeah. Yeah, this is going to make Kitava a lot easier. At this point, I'm not actually worried about the Kitava fight itself. That's going to sound really cocky. I'm just more worried about like a random rare that we get in between now and Kitava. If you dropped a Soul Rest, would you consider re-rolling to use it? Remember you said yesterday Phantasms weren't doing it for you yet? Well, I do also have Castwell Channeling. Right? So couldn't I do like a Castwell Channeling Cyclone SRS thing? Couldn't I do that? It'd be super slow. I think it'd be super slow. But that'd be a thing. Yeah, I think I probably would use it. To answer your question, like if I drop a unique that's a strong unique, like yesterday I was head over heels over the fact that we got Rampage. You know? And now the only reason why I'm not using it is just because I don't have the stats. Like I need to replace the stats on the glove. And that's going to require a little bit of shuffling of the passage tree. Otherwise I'd be using it right now. And also Rampage Rampage is not going to be that helpful in the Kitava fight. Like, it's a little bit helpful in the Kitava stages, I guess. But I would think Rampage would actually be more helpful during, like, the Innocence fight. Just killing all the ads instantly, right? You should only use Wave of Convictions every 5 seconds or so. Oh, thanks for the tip. That's good news. Is that because of my mana or something else, Tinda? What if you need to de-level the gem to use it on another character? That's fine. You just use what is it? A regret? It's either a regret or a scouring, and you trade it in. Woo! These guys have got an annoying hinder aura. I'm amazed that that dropped for us. Yeah, I think that should make it pretty easy to just say, okay, let's go duelist that does bleed, right? A bow bleed build. That should make that a little bit of an easier call. I like the idea. Who was it who was saying yesterday of going chance to flee on Earthquake? Was that you, Kevin, or was that you, Zeko? Somebody was saying go chance to flee because you got chance to flee support to drop, and it was like, hey, if they're chance to flee and they're bleeding, it does more damage. I was like, well, can't argue with that. It's not the strongest build ever, but you're at least able to put your support gem to use. Like, who would have thought? Chance to flee. Oof, took a little bit of damage there. You're going to die because you're standing still and spamming a weak skill? That's fair, Kappa. That's fair. That's a good point. That is an excellent reason not to stand still. Just to apply the exposure. That's a reason I can get behind. Not because of suboptimal damage, but because of potential character loss. That will always get my attention. Whoop. Yeah, I don't think we're going to hit 4k HP before we get to Kitava. But that's okay. We should ding one more level, probably, before Kitava fight. Oh, that's the recharge. The recharge curse. Malevolence being used for a bleed build in Ruthless just makes my head hurt when Soul Rend exists. Alright, so wait, okay, wait. Mouthfeel, so you're saying we go Soul Rend champion? Alright, Soul Rend champion. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it does have the pierce. That is the thing that we said that was nice about Soul Rend. It's got the built-in pierce. I do have LMP. I've got, what is it, Vicious Projectiles as well. Right? Yeah, it was you, Kevin? Okay, there you go. The exposure from Wave of Conviction lasts 4 seconds, and that's all you're really using it for? That's fair. See, look at you guys all helping. See, whenever anybody says, hey, is the G3 community helpful? Yes. The answer is yes. As an entire community, quite helpful. Oh, that hurt. That was about 2,000 damage right there. Oh. am I losing? That was about 2,800 damage right there. That was a lot of damage right there. I've never lost a character to Avarius. I don't want to do so now. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That was a lot of damage. Whew. Helpful without being snobbish or arrogant about it. Yeah, I agree.
Remember, we do this.
All right, grace period done. There we go. All right, down goes Avarius. Whew. We did get hit a few times. All right, so that was the first time, guys. That was the first time. I mean this with all due respect and with sincere levels of honesty. That is the first time that I've wanted to flame dash since coming back. That was the first time that I was like, I want to flame dash. Right click flame dash. That was the first time with that slam. I was like, okay, I can just get to the other side of him with the flame dash. Nope, can't do that. Is the taste for softcore growing in my mouth? Maybe so. Maybe so. That was a little spooky. That one was a little spooky. Oh, man. Ooh, Orbital Alteration. Here we go. Man. Okay, reflexes, hexes. But he's dead. There we go. Let's go kill, what's her name? Valenta? Man, I probably should upgrade my shield, because my shield doesn't have that much armor. I think my shield's got like, what, 120 armor on it? Yeah, 114. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Maybe I've actually spec'd too much into damage. Maybe my passive tree is actually too much damage right now. Is Act 2 even traversable without a blink skill? I mean, we've done it. I've done it several times. But it is... It's much slower. Soul Rend is level dependent. You have a few supports for it already, and Occultist has huge benefits for leveling. Cold resist, chaos resist, enemy minus resist, life recovery for enemies. True. I also have two chaos... I have a chaos wand that gives +1 level, right? Is that what you're thinking of? And a chaos shield that gives +1 level. So both of those would be helpful to leveling a chaos dot build. So maybe that's the way to go. Oh my goodness. Is that a chrome? That is a chrome. Let's grab the chrome dome. Is that curses? Nope. Where's Champion? Champion of the Cause is down here. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Maybe not. Let's just go with flat life. Just get a bigger health pool. This, by the way, this is me gaming with my face cheeks clenched. I'll say it that way. This is me starting to get nervous. We're getting close. I'm starting to get a little nervous. My commentary is going to die down. I'm going to get a lot more quiet. And, what is that damage? Don't know what that damage is. This is me a little nervous. Imagine getting nervous going through the leveling campaign of PoE. I'm gonna pick up that armor scrap. Or Bane, or both. Yeah, I think the curse build for Chaos is still on the table with the amount of curses that you can have, right? Here's the thing, we got to remember, I don't get to play as an occultist. Like, unless my witch dies, I'm not leveling up an 8th character, right? I'm trying to do the duelist or the scion. What does the scion occultist get? Does the scion occultist just get everything? And I won't get anything really until, what, 2nd lab? Yeah, from what I remember, Valenta actually, her slam did a little bit of damage to my hero font. Yeah, that slam right there. Alright, so we got him faced. This isn't even focus mode. This is just... Ah! That's what this is. I guess focus mode is a good term for it. All right, that's another passive. And with this passive, I do the wed. Alright, we need to actually sell some items here. Whoa, chaos. Damage over time multi. Yikes, that's a lot. Oh, there's a bow that does a lot of fizz damage. Alright, so we're going to keep the bow, but everything else can go bye-bye. We got 2 alchemy orbs from that, or 2 alchemy shards from that. That's good. Alright, bow. This is level 40, level 50. Alright. Bannon transforms. Quest complete. %, reduced mana cost of skills. Jewels. All right, 3,800 life is what we're at. If I take off this shield, what does that do to my resistances? 98, 92, 85. So I'm not overcapped. I'm not overcapped. This is so much more armor. They're both. This is a little bit less armor, but it's more life. Do I need chaos resistance against Kitava? I don't think so. I don't think I need chaos resistance against Kitava. Occultist Descendant, you can apply an additional curse, regenerate 1.5% of energy shield per second. 10% increased effect of your curses, cannot be stunned while you have energy shield. Yeah, that's not that great. You do realize you're leveling up all the fun stuff and leaving the worst characters like Scion and Duelist for last, right? Yes, I do, Kappa. I do. It's something that we said, I think, midweek. I was like, okay, I need to stop playing the Righteous Fire character because I'm having too much fun with it. And I'm going to level it up, and then I'm going to be like, all right, now what? Because I'm going to have all these terrible characters that are still left. Yes, I am aware. But here's the opposite. Here's the opposite side of it, Kappa. By leveling up all the characters that I'm having fun engaging with and enjoying their progress, I'm actually finding stuff that hopefully then will be able to be passed down as the other characters progress. That's just another angle to it. This has also got 1,000 armor on it. Doesn't have life roll. This one's got a life roll and it's got 1,000 armor to it. All of these reds can be moved over here. Let's do it. All right, 102, 92, 85. Worst characters? Yeah, that's great. All my characters are the worst characters. Man, that's a good helmet. Okay, I think this is all of the best of what I've got. I think this is it. This is the best of what I got. I could alch that, but it's level 60. It's so high up. Oh, I was supposed to sell all this to the vendor. Sell all this to the vendor. This is from a lab run. Greetings. It's 2 more alchemy shards.
Freedom comes.
Another alchemy shard. Halfway to another alchemy. Well, your Scion and Duelist don't even exist yet. I'd say they're the worst. Correction? My Scion exists. It's level 14. It doesn't even have any passive points spent yet. He's doing pretty good. No passive points spent and already almost to Merveil. That's actually kind of funny. So I found some better supports, so I changed up my link since yesterday. Oh, nice. The Scion isn't even built yet. Yeah, the Scion isn't a build yet, but the Scion does exist. That's the slight tweaked correction there. All right, let's go do it. Let's go kill Kitava. All right, Act 10 Kitava. Here we go. Big moments. Big moments. Do I actually have Vitality turned on? I do. Vitality and Malevolence are both turned on. I've got 102, 92, 85. Let's not get lightning zapped by something. I've got 4,100 life. I've got 8,000 armor, 71 Physmit. Oh my goodness. Why am I dying already? Why am I already dying? Okay, I'm not. It was just a momentary thing. It's just a thing. Like, why is it that these packs are already killing me right away? What's the deal here? Come on. Earthquake, chance to bleed, life tap, pulverize. Oh, life tap, nice. What's he got? Cannot be stunned, okay. Should I be running a mana flask? My mana's so bad. Maybe so. I did hit my goal of 4,000 life, though, guys. I wanted 4,000 life for Kitava. We've got it. 4,100 life. Oh, my chaos resistance is also negative again. That's because we took that off, so that's something to be aware of. Return to Kitava. It's going to be a pretty long fight because I'm not going to be able to spam skills. Even if I was able to spam skills, I'm not going to do that much damage, right? So it's going to be kind of an extended fight. Scion Hierophant EA totems or Power Siphon totems would not be bad at all. Yeah, if I had Spell Totem drop, it would be a game changer. There's no doubt about it. That would open up a lot of build archetypes for me. So, all right, am I on? I'm on Fired Ground or something. I'm on Burning Ground. That's what's doing damage to me. You know, guys, Fired Ground. That's the new way we talk about Burning Ground. It's on the wiki. You guys need to check the update. Fired Ground. That's when your boss says you are on these grounds you are fired upon. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt. Okay, I see you, buddy. I see you. Killed my golem. I see you. I like that in the past when I've played hardcore, I have not made the swap over to Righteous Fire until after killing Kitava and getting to use, what is it, Rise of the Phoenix and stuff? Is it Rise of the Phoenix? What's the other one? Sapphiles? Might not even be Rise of the Phoenix. No, I think it is Rise of the Phoenix, right? Isn't Rise of the Phoenix that gives a bunch of fire res? Whereas Sapphiles gives everything a little bit over max. Anyway, I can remember in the past when I've played Righteous Fire that I have not swapped over to Righteous Fire until after getting all of the uniques in place. And so I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about this build overall. Even if I'm on my way to my death to Kitava, which that would suck. It would feel bad. But nonetheless, I feel like this has been a very strong build overall. His items have been good. Why, you ask? Why? What is good about his items? He's still alive. And remember, first rule of hardcore for us, as soon as a character dies, all of his items are junk. All of his items instantly become garbage once we die. My mana is gone. I don't even know why I'm bothering fighting those guys. I just need to get to Kitava. You're all in my way. Just take me to your leader. Malevolence, another level. Nice. Alright, here we go. Talk to Sin, and in we go. Do I have portals? I've got lots of portals. Alright, here we go. What if I just died right away? Wouldn't that be kind of sad? Oh. Okay, phase one's nearly done. Go to this side. I love the stuttering. I love it when the game stutters. It's great. It's probably my favorite feature. Oh, here comes Big Slam. Fire, run across it. Comes Degen. Okay, next phase, he's gonna slam here in a sec. Nope, okay, big ball. Big slam. Okay, fire. Okay. No fire yet. Big arm. Big slam. Nope. Grabs Innocence, and then he attacks. Big slam. Arms. Nope, no arms. Degen. Fire Breath. Okay, this is where he comes back up and he slams. As long as RF is turned off, we out-regen that. Big slams. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I got multi-hit by that. I'm still alive. Woo! I'm pretty sure I'm watching. Yeah, I got multi-hit by that. I think I had overlapping hits. Okay, so I don't need to panic so much because if I can... that's his biggest move. That is his biggest move. If I can survive multi-hits of that, we're okay. Right? Okay, Degen. Arm coming across? No. Arm coming across. Degen. Flame Breath. Okay, here we go. Alright, he's dropping a ball. Flame Breath. He's nearly there. He survived it. Alright, here goes the heart. stay mobile. Because these stupid guys do damage. There we go. Character number 2 complete, ladies and gentlemen. He dropped for us 4 rares and a terrace map. Thank you, Kitava. It's been a blast playing Righteous Fire. Oh my goodness, since level 45. All the way up through level 71. Alright, our resistances are 72, 62, 55, negative 32. But if I swap those off, we can set sail from Oriath. There we go. If I swap those off onto my other gear, my resistance-based gear, we've got a significant increase to our overall resistances, both chaos as well as elemental. We do lose a significant amount of life. We lose about 300 life when we swap it off, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so let's bring this character up to the waypoint and join the little Hall of Balding. This character gets to join the Hall of Balding as being the second character that I've ever beaten the campaign with in Ruthless. So that's exciting. It's an exciting thing to get to say. So there you go. We come up here and we join Lonnie and Whalem. Thank you for the Book of Skill. Passive points. There we go. Where are we going to put those? Now we can put those into Sovereignty, right? Feels good putting them over here. Increased aura or area of effect. No, at this point, get the 4% and a 3 to all resists. Oh man. Oh, and we're gonna do regenerate 2% of life. There we go. We'll do that. All right. All right. So now I can officially disassemble this character. Whew. All right. So let's hit passives. I think we got all 24. Right? Wait, did I miss 2? Queen of Despair and the Master of a Million Faces? Wait a second, where's that? Did I not get 2 passive points? I didn't get 2 passive points from Act 6? Is that Act 6? Or is it Act... What? Where am I missing? What am I missing? The Queen of Despair... I didn't get my 2 passive points in Act 7. Guys, don't show this to Chris. He's going to find out that this is an OP build. Because you can kill Kitava. Look at that. We can brag about it. You can kill Kitava without even taking 2 extra passives. Oh my. Well, in that case, with 2 extra, I just feel like I'm just reigning in passives now. I could respec some of these passive points. I could respec, 10% here. And 3% here, 4% here, and I could come through here and look at all these additional passive points that I've got here. Oh man, we could get the armor passives. Oh man, I could come in here and get the all elemental resistance on the armor. That's a good call. There we go. Now we're 80, 73, 66. Whew. All right. Now do late Kitava? No thanks. No thanks. Now we go on to the next character. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Let's update the counter, which is exciting. Death counter is being updated, but not because of a death. Not because of a mule death, but because we've killed Kitava twice now. That feels good. All right, Kitava number 2 down. All right, that's exciting. So now when I type in passives, ta-da! 24 spent. All right, how many kills? 38,000 monsters. So we killed what? 2,000 monsters in Act 10 alone? All right, look at this guy's gear. I need to actually go to my stash now. Let's go to the epilogue stash, right? Epilogue stash. So there's a lot of stuff. This is a lot of stuff that he dropped. What did he drop for me? Oh, look at the life roll on that. 82 life with 50 life regenerated per second. That's actually pretty good. Thank you, Kitava. All right, all the rest of it can be sold. Come here, Lonnie.
Freedom comes.
All right, away it goes. Should probably keep that, though. Yeah, we'll keep that. Keep that in the level 60 plus characters. Okay, so I can now disassemble all this. This was such good stuff. This character had such good stuff. Legitimately really good stuff. I feel like I should stop streaming and start making this character review, like right now. Just so that way it's recording and it's ready. Man, it feels good. It feels good to look and see Act 10 Kitava kills 2. That feels good. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do... Can I save a snapshot of a character? I think I can. I think I can do that, right? Go away, Epic Games. I think I can go to my characters and save a snapshot. That's what I should have done. I should have saved it in POB. For, oh look, I still have a Royale character. There we go. Can't you do videos now and clip them out later? Hey, what's up, Beckett? Welcome, welcome. We just killed Kitava for the second time in Ruthless. Hardcore Soul Self-Found. Righteous Fire did it. Righteous Fire Marauder did it. Dusty, in theory I could. In theory I could. This is going to sound really weird, but I feel like when we're having conversations, I don't even know how to say that. I feel like we're having conversations right now. I feel like recording a video and giving a presentation is different than having a conversation on stream. Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay, so we killed Kitava with 38,000 monsters killed and some really good gear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to import this guy's stuff, right? There we go. And then I'm going to save it as like a snapshot. Right? I can save this as Hardcore Soul Self-Found Ruthless Marad Act 10 kill. There we go. So we'll save it that way. This shows the configuration for him. There we go. Save that. Where's the boss thing to click? Standard boss, right? What is it? I wish you could just click on. I wish you could just click on Kitava. Just do Kitava's. Somebody's probably come up with the custom modifiers for Kitava. But anyway. All right, so that's Righteous Fire done. Let me see your plate. My chess piece. This is my chess piece that we were using. 60 life, 1,000 armor, regen 12 life per second, 35% fire resistance. But it's a little deceptive. This is what we used on Kitava. And this is what we were using. Where was it? Where did it go? Where did it go? It had chaos on it. Did I sell it? What if I sold it? Did I put it in character swaps? Yeah, I put it in character swaps. This was what we were using to get to Kitava. This got us all the way up through Kitava, basically. We wanted the chaos res, because stuff that had chaos on it was really, really hurting us a lot. So I was like, I'll sacrifice the armor, I'll sacrifice the life rolls and stuff. Because this actually, I think, was given... I think this was a drop, maybe, from Kitava? With my Hierophant or somewhere around there. And then we swapped the shield. The shield is pretty good as well. Over 100 life and some armor. I was using my... Where is it? My max res... Where's my resistance? Where's my resistance shield? Where did I throw it in at? It was this kind of base. Oh, here it is. 38 life, but it gave 20 to all resistance. That was really good. That plate is awesome for level 49. Yeah, I know. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. That's really good. Off topic would be nice to have a chat on Discord with off topic stuff. Maybe people want to share nice things. There you go. That's fair. Generally, just so you know, Raptor, global chat on Discord is usually what we use for anything that's not specifically PoE related, and even some PoE stuff that's not, like, in general, if it's not about the specific league or build help, etc., if you just want to chat, that's what global chat's for. Yeah, that's really good. But look at this weapon. This weapon is what carried us. 24% increased elemental damage, 44% increased fire damage, and then the added fire damage to spells actually let us use Wave of Conviction to apply flame exposure, and then +1 to level of all fire skill gems. And then, that's not even the best part of what happened today. We had a Malevolence drop for us. That's really good. That was really good. That was a 15% more damage over time multiplier for us. So, it's very good. Whew. Okay. So now we did it with one character. Now I just need to do it with another, right? So let's drop all this stuff in here. Yeah, isn't this weapon great? This weapon is fantastic for Righteous Fire. It's like... And then this ring, where is it? This ring is amazing as well. 14 cold and lightning, strength, 57 life, 7% rarity, 9 to fire. It's been pretty good for me. It's a triple resist ring. These boots have also been pretty good on multiple characters now. Also, we found these gloves. We found these gloves. Did it with 2? Did it with 2 what? We found these gloves yesterday. I'm going to start using these gloves. I'm going to start using these gloves, I think, on my Trapper. I think we'll level up with the Trapper some more. Isn't the Trapper in Act 5? I think the Trapper's in Act 5, and we're like, oh my gosh, he's about to die. Yeah. Yeah, so far we've gotten 2 characters. Yes, you're right, Beckett. That was our second character. So this is where everybody's at. Let's do a quick update. This is where we're at. So these 2 characters are done. They've both completed the challenge. The gloves are good because they just give Rampage at level 15. Just straight up. Rampage, level 15. It's really good. All right, so the Ranger is in Act 4, but here's where the Ranger's at. The Ranger needs to go kill Piety. Ranger is very scared to go kill Piety. Ranger has got 8% Fizz reduction, 61% evasion of attacks, 66, 76, 73 resistances. Does have positive chaos resistance, though. But this character's just gonna get hit with something physical and die. So I'm a little worried about this character. And I'm like, what? 8 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points away from Iron Reflexes. Maybe I respec some points. Yeah. I've got 4 respecs, so I'm going to do that now, actually. Let's respec those 2. What else could I respec? Let's respec the phasing stuff for right now. Let's get on our way. Let's get on our horse and get over there to Iron Reflexes ASAP. Yeah, don't get hit with the beam. Yeah, this character is going to die with the beam. The beam is going to kill this character. Okay, so that's the Ranger. Then we've got a Scion who's level 14. I get that notification not because this character's in Standard, but because I'm level 14 and I've yet to spend a passive point because I have no idea what I'm building the Scion into. Right now, all the Scion is using is Puncture and Split Arrow. That's it. And decent little level, Act 1 bow, decent little Act 1 gear. Some magic gear for Act 1 and some normal gear as well. So that's the Scion. The Shadow, we just went over the Shadow as well. The Shadow is... He's also going to die. 70, 52, 66. Like, the Shadow and the Ranger both feel like they're, like, gonna die momentarily. I need to make some changes under their gear. But I haven't been focusing on them. I've been leveling them up kind of in the background where we've got the Righteous Fire guy going. My Witch is doing okay. Not even wearing a helmet. I know. I think I pulled his helmet onto somebody else. My Witch is doing okay. My Witch is at the beacon. But My witch has got 46% Physmit, 1200 armor, 75, 75, 75, negative 22. So she's probably my third tankiest character. My ranger, as soon as I get iron reflexes, will instantly become the third tankiest character that we've got. All right, so this is what our summoner looks like. As I run into the wall. Summoner is looking pretty decent. A lot of the tankiness, as we all know from summoners, is that, hey, I'm not in the immediate firing line. So that's where a lot of my defensive layer is coming from right now. But, that being said, she's probably got the best gear, the third best gear out of everybody. Now that my Righteous Fire guy is done, I can actually strip him of a lot of gear. Which is good, because he's got some fantastic rings on. She's also got some decent rings on as well. Well, hopefully we won't die, Beckett. Thank you for the well wishes. That's the hope. Trying to get all 7 characters, right? I gotta get another character up there to Kitava. It's gotta happen soon. It was a big change, swapping for Spell Echo. That was a huge boost to the SRS playstyle. Just having more SRS out more consistently, that was a big time help. So, my apologies, everybody, by the way, for not being more responsive to chat. That was some intenseness there. I was very excited. Very excited to take down Kitava there. I do not have Corrupted Blood immunity on this character. Okay, so that's good to know. So maybe that's something that we get on our witch. Neither my Hierophant nor my Juggernaut completed their 3rd lab either. So if we ever play those characters again and progress them into maps, we'll have to go in and we'll have to risk Izaro. I think even with the resistance penalty, it might just be worth it just to keep leveling those characters up to like level 80 in the campaign. Just because it's going to be so much safer to fight whatever random rares there are in the ossuary than it is going to be to jump into a map and, you know, you meet a metamorph or something that's like, alright, let's blow you up. Ruthless and hardcore as well. I should say hardcore is this way, right? At least as a paranoid, terrible player. Like, in softcore, I want to experience all the different content that PoE has to offer. But in hardcore, you almost don't want to interact with all the content. There's very specific content that you, in fact, do not want your character to interact with because you know your character is weak to it. You know? So it's a little bit different mentality to go into softcore versus hardcore, not just because your character can rip, but even in the approach and the style of content that you want to interact with. Like, some content, you've seen it while we've been leveling characters. There's times where it's like, oh man, I could really use an upgrade right now. It'd be nice to do, you know, Alva or to go do Delve or something. But then it's like, man, if I go down there, I'm going to rip my character. My character's not designed for that kind of content. That kind of content's a little too scary for me. Like, one thing that makes Alva content a lot easier is switching your gear, tweaking your gear to deal with chaos resistance, because there's a lot more chaos stuff in Alva's temple. Okay, what else were we doing? I was thinking about getting no corrupted blood on me. Where is corrupted blood? Can I get a corrupted blood one? I don't think so. Not up here. Oh, right here. Resistance and ailment protection. I have to come all the way down here for the other one. Wow. Well, I could get it here. That would actually reduce curses and give us some more chaos resistance. I kind of like that. I kind of like that as an idea. Let's do that. Let's do that. What's this notable called? We'll come in and get Asylum. That's going to be our next play. Grabbing Asylum. You give a lot of credit to Azaro. I've died to nearly every boss in the game, including Hailrake, but I've never died to Azaro. You've never died to Azaro? Guys, we got a big time flexer in chat with Zeko. Zeko, dude. You've never died to Azaro? You've never had the exit screen just pop up on you and just be like, oh man, my entire run. You've never gone to the third phase of Azaro and then gone, what is that move that he's doing? And he teleports you to your doom? Oh, I wonder what the big green thing is going to do to me. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I believe you. I believe that there are other players who are much better than me at this game. Oh, we got a second fire pen. Okay, we got a second fire pen support. This one did not roll quality. We got our support gem today, ladies and gentlemen. Our one support gem for the day drops. Oh, man. All right, and it's red. So what do we trade that in for? I have endurance charge on melee. What else do I have? I have that other fire pen from the Righteous Fire build. What else do I use? Walks into tier 1 map, sees a red beast and Harby. Well, I guess I just die then. Yeah, exactly, right? Actually, I'm not even gonna say that Harby's that. I would say that I'm much less scared of Harbinger than I am of like a red beast. Like the node that I died on with my last Necromancer in Delve was a Harbinger node. And it wasn't the Harbingers themselves that were scary, right? It was just a really relatively rare. We just got 2 infused channeling. We just got 2 support gems in one zone. I mean, this is one way to make me like the beacon more. I usually hate the beacon, but 2 support gems? Sounds good by me. Let's drop it off. 2 support gems. What is my character's rarity rate? None. None whatsoever. Okay. That's cool. Alright, support gems. Fire. We've got cruelty support and cast when damage taken, and then infused channeling. I could do infused channeling with cast when damage taken. And then do desecrate and detonate dead. That's a 4-link, right? It's 2 green, 2 blue. What happens if you trade in a red, green, and a blue? I don't know. Let's find out. Nothing. Nothing happens. Harbingers spawn rares more often than you think. I'm not opposed to the rares spawning in general. I guess what I'm saying is maybe it's completely unsubstantiated, by the way. That's another thing too. This is completely subjective opinion. I'm not stating anything here about game facts. This is completely I am owning 100% of my own opinions here on this one. It is my opinion that since I die in general less to Harbinger-related stuff, and maybe some of it is that I've just farmed the beachhead, like for multiple leagues, right? Harbinger is less scary to me. I don't know why. Maybe those are the contributing factors to it. But Harbinger versus like Alva's spooky to me. I would say out of those, in general, out of those 2 styles of content, Alva is much more terrifying to me in hardcore. I would be much more scared of going in and interacting with an Alva temple in hardcore than I would a Harbinger, if a Harbinger just shows up, right? That's just me, though. That's just me. And some of that is no doubt my player psychological makeup and my motivations. And do I not have remove bleed? Oh, yep, I do on my mana flask. Okay. It maybe makes gems drop with quality. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Harbingers barely ever spawn even. Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying this as somebody that farms the beachhead a lot, right? So maybe I'm just used to that style of content and it doesn't scare me. I also, by the way, up until that death on that character, like, I don't remember ever dying to purple crystals before. I don't know if that's a new... You guys can tell me. Is that a new mod since Arch Nemesis? Is this just one that I have forgotten about and not remembered? I don't remember dying to purple crystals. I don't remember, like, having a billion purple crystals underneath my tornado shot characters because I've been attacking it too much, you know? And a billion purple crystals are just underneath me. I don't remember that. On the Atlas tree, you can make one Harbinger spawn in every map. Don't know how often it is in Ruthless. Yeah, I'd have to look at the Ruthless Atlas tree. Would that be a helpful video discussion, guys, if we did a comparison of the regular Atlas tree to the Ruthless Atlas tree? Probably not. Some of you are memeing that Ruthless is terrible and you're never going to play it, right? So for some of you, it definitely wouldn't be helpful. Leech's life. I'm a little scared of Brine King. 45% Fizzmit. Also, the slams from stone golems are no joke. See what I'm saying? Slams from these guys, no joke. At least he's getting taunted. Hooray for meat shield support! Uh-oh. Caustic Orbs. It's another good reason to go get Asylum as a notable. Caustic Orbs. What else? In the next act, there's a whole bunch of Chaos Spitters along the Vol Causeway and inside the temple. Of course, there's all the Chaos damage that Arakali can do. The Arakali fight, though, I feel like as a summoner with SRS is one of the more straightforward fights. You just go pick a corner and you watch out for the purple balls. Maybe famous last words, right? Maybe. Wanted to share my silly dog's face, but can't add pictures to the Discord chat? Yes, we do have mods on the Discord. So here... Alright, so here's the funny story on that, Raptor. The reason why nobody's allowed to post pictures on the Discord is because we've had people come in, and we've got minors on the Discord. Not my kids, but we've got other people who are minors on the Discord, and we've had people come in and post pictures that are adult-only pictures that are 18+ pictures in the Discord before. That's really awkward. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's my go-to phrase on this. I'm not going to jail because I am the moderator or the host of a Discord. I'm not going to jail because somebody decides to come in and randomly post some pictures on a Discord that I'm on. I'm not doing it. So, I know that might sound a little harsh, but that's just where I'm at. Ah! Gold Lasher the Warden. Ooh, that was a big slam. Alright, can I get some zombies up here? There we go. Get some more zombies up, please. Get another golem up, please. Thank you. Yeah, so hopefully you understand, Raptor. Feel free, what you can do, and this is what I oftentimes tell folks, is just send me the picture as a PM, My name's at the top of the Discord. You can send it to me as a picture, and then I can post and tag you in it. And say, hey, everybody, you know, you can say whatever message you were going to say. And essentially, it's like an approved mode for posting pictures, essentially. We can't have kids in the cobalt mines. Yeah. Miners in a different way. I get it. It's a good dad joke. It's a good dad joke. Not those sorts of miners. Different sorts of miners. Yeah. Different countries have different laws about minors and sort of different kinds of adult content. So I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to worry about it. I don't want anybody else to have to worry about it. I want anybody, when they come to a G3 thing, if it's got the G3 name on it, they go, hey, we're here to play games or chat about what's going on in our lives, but there's no worry about anybody doing anything incriminating, etc. Nobody's going to lose their jobs because they're looking at the PoE Discord or something for Good Guy Gaming. Ooh, that hurts. This is a big pack. I need to be careful here. It's got an invulnerability aura. Okay. That's why. I might die here. I might die here. There's a lot of stuff in this. They've all got invulnerability now. Aha. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Don't let him slam you. You can slam other things. Don't let him slam you. Okay. Oh, there he is again. Oh my goodness, there's going to be a second rare. This is where I'm going to lose a character. I'm getting chilled. I'm getting slowed. There's a vulnerability aura. There's 2 rares. Is this where we lose a character? Maybe. I can't get enough SRS out to actually do damage to this guy. Yeah, and my SRS are dying because there's a lot of stuff around. There's cross bolts. Oh gosh. Is this what Arch Nemesis League was like, guys? Just 1 or 2 rares at a time, just destroying your characters and taking forever to die. Oh my goodness. Oh, that guy poisons too. That's obnoxious. I should put the fire pen on my SRS, shouldn't I? Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh gosh. Lots of stone golems that can all slam at the same time. Okay, 1 rare is down. It's gonna make it easier to kill the second rare. There we go. Oh my goodness. Was that as long as the Kitava fight? It might be. That fight might have been as long as the Kitava fight. Oh my goodness. Where are my zombies? Dead. They kept dying. As soon as I was summoning them, they were dead. So I resummoned all 5 of them at one point. Whew. That is a Nemesis mod. It's an Arch Nemesis. Same with the reworked lightning totems. Oh, okay, the purple crystals. Well, I hate purple crystals. So I can echo. I hate Arch Nemesis mods just like everybody else does. It's claimed one of my characters. The witch would already be done. In fact, I could be so bold as to say the witch would already probably be done with Kitava, and all the time that I put into this witch would have been stacked on top of another one of my characters, meaning that instead of just having 3 characters done with Act 10 Kitava, I probably would have had 4 done by now. That was really a big setback. I think the zombies are dying to the frost bolts. I think that's what's killing the zombies. But another level onto the zombie gem is going to help as well. I'm running Vitality. I'm running Clarity. We've got 2 of our golems up. What else should I be running? Anything else? I think we've got basically everything up that we should have up. Whew. Harbingers is just an easy way to add mobs in a map to get some currency in return. I mean, couldn't you say that about half the stuff in PoE, though, on the maps? Like, at least when it comes to mapping. Oh, that's just adding some guys onto the map so you get more currency. Like, yeah, that's kind of what mapping is. Like, if you're bossing, it's going to be slowing down timers or whatever for you to be able to encounter the boss. But if you're mapping, it's just you want pack size to grow, right? And you want the content that you're actually going to interact with in the map to be the specified content that you prefer to engage with in order to acquire the currency that you're trying to farm. Also, that's another thing. I feel like this is good. This is some good language. This is some helpful clarifying language. I feel like in Ruthless, I'm not farming currency. I feel like I'm farming items. In regular Path of Exile, I feel like I'm farming currency. Now maybe that's because, right, the crafting bench is so dang powerful. Just get the currency and you can make the item that you want. So maybe there's something to that, but I feel like that's a thing in Ruthless. If that makes any kind of sense. Don't forget to use Taunt Totem, right? Archnem League was fine because you could craft the rares yourself, but the leagues where Archnem was core were bad. That sounds accurate to what I've heard from basically everybody's complaints. I also am not using any guard skill. So that's probably a bad idea, not to use any guard skill whatsoever. Brian King can be taunted, see? He's over there interacting with my taunt totem. Alright, this is how we're going to cheese this one. We just cheese it by zoning out. And then zoning back in. And not touching a thing, because we're immune. Until the phase is over. Drop down a decoy totem. Watch the slam. Okay, do it again. If you were trade Ruthless, you could trade for things. That's fair. That's fair, Dusty. That's fair. It's SSF. That's fair. That's a fair point of distinction, I think. I love the water effects in this fight. It's amazing. It really is. This whole fight is amazing. They really did a great job with it. Alright, let's come talk to Lily. Refill our flask. Whoops, talk to Bestel, because Lily's a jerk, apparently. I always forget that. Alright, go back in. Don't touch anything. Wait for the phase to be over. Put down a decoy totem. Down goes Brian King. There we go. That's how we cheese Brian King. All right, sail to bridge encampment. Here we go. Ahoy, me hearties! Hold on to your cockles, to quote Willem Roth. All right, new act, new way of living. All right, let's not forget to get the 2 passive points this time. Let's not forget that. That's the appeal of SSF to me as well. I like it rather than having to worry about farming currency per hour. Yeah, and I think it was one of the things that really stood out to me when we were doing the meta. The meta-analysis. That was today's video. Like, the fact that there are basically as many players on the SSF ladder for softcore as there are in the softcore trade league ladder, that was amazing to see. When Solo Self-Found first came out, all of the things that players said about Ruthless. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that all of that Ruthless is going to be as successful as softcore Solo Self-Found. But all of the things that players said about Ruthless, players said about Solo Self-Found. Oh, why would you want to play in an environment where you can't trade? Why would you want to hamper your damage? Why would you want to limit the builds that you can choose from? Why would you want to limit... oh my goodness, that's totems. Okay, did we kill the totem guy? All of those critiques, literally, all of the critiques. Why would you want to slow down your gameplay? Why would you want to make div cards that much harder to find? Why are you cutting out all of the content that you're not going to want to interact with? All of those complaints, all of those supposed reasons not to enjoy Solo Self-Found. Why would you want to further split the player base? Path of Exile is already split enough between standard and league and softcore and hardcore players. Why will you further fraction the player base? All of those complaints were already there when SSF first came out. And yet SSF now, here a couple years later, at least on the ladder, has nearly as many players as softcore trade. That's incredible. You know? Back in the day, you would name your character SSF character name because SSF was in the game. Right. And everybody just had to play with the honor system. Like, no, I'm not trading. And that's fair. Some players did play with the honor system. I'm only picking up what I get. I'm not trading. I hate trading. I don't want to trade. I just want to, you know, have the challenge of finding whatever it is that I found. Okay, but then GGG decided to support that idea and make it an in-game feature. You know? I think Ruthless. I don't think Ruthless will ever touch the same levels of popularity as regular mode. So don't hear what I'm not saying. But I do think it's not outside of the realm of the possibility for those numbers to get a lot closer than what people think. I never thought Solo Self-Found would be as close to softcore trade as what it is. On the ladder. On the ladder, right? That's the nuance to the discussion. It's on the ladder. We don't have total player count. But for the ladder, they're nearly the same. Really close to each other in terms of their total player count. That's pretty amazing. When a couple years ago it was like, oh, that's going to be like a small niche thing. And what about private leagues? When GGG announced private leagues, players were like, oh no, this is going to split the league even more and it's going to dilute trade and nobody's going to be around to actually trade with anybody. All I see from people when they're talking about trade this league is how great trade feels this league. Because there's so many players who are playing and the game feels good. And so there's a lot better retention. And so there's a lot more players who are actually responding to trade requests. Regardless of what level the character is actually at. Like, that's pretty cool. Ancestral War Chief, nice. Yeah, full drop, nice. Transmute. Anyway, I hope some of that makes sense and I'm not just screaming into the void. I hardly can play SSF as I still don't understand how to craft decently. That's okay. But if there ever comes a day where you go, you know what? I really do want to learn how to craft, and I really do want to just be able to make all my own stuff. That's there for you. There's a mode that will support that. It doesn't mean you'll ever get to that spot. Phoenix, like, legit. Maybe you'll never get to that spot. That's okay. It's not, like, playing different modes of Path of Exile is not a climbing of a hierarchy. One mode is not automatically better than the others. right? It's, are you having fun? If you're having fun, then you're winning. And if one of the ways you want to have fun is maybe you want to learn how to craft your own stuff. And maybe you want to feel the, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use the meme. Maybe you want to feel the weight of the pressure on your gear. Of not just being able to go, yeah, I got 5 chaos. Yeah, I have a tabula rasa in Act 2. Yeah, I've got uber twinked gear, and I can just get a character to maps in like 4 hours. Yeah, I can do that. Again, not saying that I don't take the level of seriousness in my tone to mean that I'm deriding or mocking that style of play. I play that way frequently, or I have played that way frequently in the past, and I probably will play Softcore Trade League again. But I'm liking the idea of playing hardcore group found, or sorry, softcore group found Ruthless for next league. I'm liking that as an idea. It's going to be really interesting to see what kind of changes have been made. Like, reading patch notes now is going to be almost completely different, because now it's like there's 2 games for me to pay attention to. Which I don't feel like is a split, right? Because it's still the same game. It's still Path of Exile, but paying attention to Ruthless changes is going to add a layer to doing patch notes coverage. It's going to be very interesting. Ruthless SSF. No complicated crafting. Yeah, exactly, right, Kevin? Just, oh, do I have an elk? Okay, I should throw it on jewelry, I guess. That solves the, how difficult is crafting, and should I learn it? That kind of solves it for you, doesn't it? You know? Pretty much solves it. I don't understand what do the ladder player counts mean. Like, how are players included on the ladder? I believe you have to have a public account. It's got to be listed as public. And then other than that, I think it's just reaching certain thresholds. And the threshold, I think it might be in relationship to percentage of players in the league or something. I think it might have something to do with that. Somebody can find a quote. Let's actually go look and see if the ladders actually say on the wiki. Let's go find the next waypoint and then let's go look that up. If the ladders say specifically. In some games, ladders are based off of X percentage, right? If you reach X percentage of achievement, then you are considered on the ladder. Or included on the ladder. So that could be something. It also might not be. But because the ladder is so diversified across multiple different ways of playing Path of Exile, I think it has to do with the percentage of players who are actually in that league. I don't think it's just straight population count, either. Right, because there is a limit to it. We know that from softcore. And from hardcore. Well, and from Ruthless. Like, just because you're a level 2 character doesn't mean you show up on the ladder. You don't populate. If Ruthless becomes a big success in GGG's eyes, they should consider a different, more obtainable set of league challenges for Ruthless. That's a good idea. But the player counts in the video today had players from like level 7. It did. That's why I'm saying it would make sense if it was percentage of the player base. If it was the top percentage experience of the player base. Right? So let's say top 10%, top 50%, top 98%. It doesn't matter whatever the percentage is. But if it was based off of the percentage of players in a league, and then it said, okay, let's narrow that list down and display the public accounts. I think that would generally make sense. I felt the numbers in the video today meant nothing to me because I didn't understand where they come from. That's fair, Zeko. That's good feedback, by the way. Thank you. That's good feedback. I need to do a better job of explaining where the numbers come from in the future. Imagine Ruthless in PoE 2. That's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, you're getting me into trouble again. I'm going to start talking about PoE 2. People don't like it when I talk about PoE 2 and I put a damper on their excitement. I'm excited for it. But apparently my excitement for PoE 2 is not the same as a lot of other folks. And that's okay. It's okay. There will still be PoE's one way of leveling up, you know? I think that's going to be the primary change between, or the primary distinction between PoE 1 and PoE 2 is just, it's going to be different zones. I think I don't think the gameplay is going to be vastly different. It might be that skill gems are vastly different and ascendancies are vastly different. Like, you might only be able to play certain characters in the Path of Exile 2 campaign. You might only be able to play certain characters in the Path of Exile 1 campaign. And then they have shared endgames. Right? That's sort of the vibe of the direction of the info that we're getting from GGG seems to be like. I wonder if my character, if the damage is good enough and I just play safely. I wonder if this character actually is going to be set up to be able to take down Kitava. Because I've got Decoy Totem, I've got a horde of minions, so as soon as the minions go down, I should just get out, right? Half-Life 3 confirmed, aka PoE 2 conversations today. Yeah.
I'm afraid I imagine it when I was go with courage. Hello.
Alright, let's ID. Oh! 200 armor, life, fire, and chaos resistance. We'll keep that helmet. It's less life than what this is, but it's twice the armor. It's also a lot more fire resistance, and it's chaos resistance. Oh, man. Kind of want to use it. Hey, we're getting close to another alchemy here. This is good news. Would you continue to do Ruthless next league, says Steven? Maybe. I haven't decided yet. I got to get 5 more characters to Kitava. Why would it put a damper on it? I love chatting about PoE 2. My main excitement comes from with the gems. Yeah, the changes to gems are going to be big. Okay, let's go check the ladder. The ladder info on the PoE wiki. So, ladder. League? Is there a ladder discussion here? Nope, not on the page. What else is it called? Is it not called the... It's called League Ladder, right? It's called League Ladder. Oh, we're already on the league. Temporary league. Races. Huh. Race modifiers. Let's check under a race. Seasons. These were way back in the day. Let's find out. Is there any other information of the PoE? Huh. I'm gonna make a forum post. I'm gonna make a forum post. Uh-oh, forum post run? Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of spooky. I posted on the forums. Uh-oh. Every once in a while, it's a good thing to do. New weapons. Yeah, new weapons. Hey, don't forget beast transformation. We're going to be able to do beast transformation. From the PoE wiki, a ladder is where the top 15,000 of the highest leveled characters in the league are displayed. Okay, where'd you see that, Patrick? What's the entry on the PoE wiki? What's that entry? Your dog's pretty cute, by the way, Raptor. Raptor, I don't know if you're still here or not, but... Here's Raptor's puppo. Aww. That's a good-looking dog, dude. Can I pet your dog? I want to come visit and pet your dog. Oh no, we got a bot! Kill the bot. Kill it. Kill the bot. Top 1,500 players. And there are still level 10 shadows. I mean, I don't... It can't be top 1,500. It's got to be 15,000. It's got to be 15,000 because the ladder shows like 13, 14,000 for SSF and for regular. So, thank you, Mouthfeel. Okay. All right. I need to get ready for my work meeting. I will be back. What's today? Today's Friday. So what does that mean? It means I have no idea when I'll be back. Tomorrow I've got some fun stuff to do. I've got some plumbing that I need to do in my house. I've got my daughter's soccer game to go to and cheer for and be excited at. What else? Sunday, we've got worship and family time together. And then Monday, I've got some meetings with different people from around the world. And then Tuesday, I think I've got some other work stuff to do. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I'm next going to be on. Potentially Monday afternoon and potentially Tuesday afternoon. Those are the two potential times. It seems like afternoons are when I've got some free time to be able to play and progress. So I'm very, very excited that we finished. That's the good news for today. We got to finish the Juggernaut for the challenge. So Hierophant complete, Juggernaut complete. So Templar, Marauder, respectively. We've got the Witch. She's up to Act 7. She's level 58. Sabo is in Act 5. I'm going to have to switch some items over to him. Ranger, I'm going to have to switch some items over to her. And I think for her as well, if I pop onto her, am I just going to die if I go in here? Like, her damage is sick. Make no mistake about it. Greater Volley. Here we go. We got Plague Bearer. I can probably run Plague Bearer with increased AoE as well. Like, her damage is good. I'm very happy with her damage. So there's no complaints. Like, her damage feels good. Her damage feels good. For her, it's going to be survivability. Maybe that's part of the reason why her damage feels so good, is because she's so super untanky that she's basically going to die. Like, right away. As soon as she actually interacts with anybody that can hit her. But that's the great news. Very, very few things actually get to hit her. So, switching over to Iron Reflexes is going to feel pretty good, though, because then we'll swap over to a mitigation-based format for damage rather than an avoidance-based format. And then hopefully around that time, roughly Act 5 or Act 6, we'll also continue to scale up spell suppression. What's our spell suppression at? 24% chance. Hopefully once we get up around 50 or 60%, it's really going to feel good for our damage mitigation. We'll have Iron Reflexes. In addition to having Iron Reflexes, we'll have some spell mitigation. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel good. Look at that. We even progressed our Ranger today. We dinged a level with our Ranger. So we've made good progression today. We've had good discussions today, as we've had all week. So thanks so much for joining us today, everybody. I hope you all have a very safe and happy and healthy weekend, and I will catch you next week for more Path of Exile and Ruthless discussions. Thanks so much to everybody for their support. Thanks to our patron supporters. Thanks to everybody who stuck around and had a good time and contributed and helped other people have a good time as well in chat. So thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. And as always, I hope this weekend is the weekend a Mirror of Calandra drops for you.